I'm Tara Lynn of Geek Saga Entertainment, and welcome to Drinkin Con, The Hangover, a post-Dragon Con 2022 webcast where we talk about what we did, what we missed, and how we felt overall about Dragon Con 2022. Tonight, I'm joined by Ashley, Jenna, and Danny. Go ahead and introduce yourselves. I guess we'll start with Jenna. Go clockwise, easiest.
I am Jenna, and I have been going to Dragon Con since 2014. I really like to cosplay Squirrel Girl and participate in Swag and Seek. I brought over 600 items this year and got rid of all of them. So next year I'll have to bring even more. And you can follow me on Instagram at Derpy Squirrel Girl. Derpy Squirrel Cosplay. Sorry, got that wrong.
I'm Ashley. I'm mostly known for a podcast of Ice and Fire. I'm involved in the Game of Thrones scene, and been going to Dragon Con. I guess this makes 10 years for me now, although there were two that I missed, one for COVID and one because I didn't want to go because of COVID. And
I take pictures and have fun. Danny Hunter, and I've been going since 2008. So I don't know how many years that is. So I'm not doing the math in my head.
More than all of us.
So, well, I started out day. I didn't go to 4 days until I think 2010. And I didn't get a hotel room until 2011. So we're different anniversaries there.
Yeah. Well, as I already mentioned, I'm Tara, and you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at A Geek Saga, and on the web at ageeksaga.com. Also, don't forget the Geek Saga Entertainment Patreon with 10 tiers ranging from $1 a month to $40 a month. It offers tons of ways to support us and receive some great perks in return. We did recently sort of update some of our tiers to include new perks for our $3 per month guard tier and for all tiers from $5 a month and up, including early access to my current weekly podcast series. It's on my Geek Saga channel, and it's called Hot D Takes, and it covers HBO's House of the Dragon episode by episode. So you can check that out at patreon.com/geeksaga_entertainment. Okay, let's get down to brass tacks. Drinking game. Drink when, if you're not too hungover from Dragon Con itself, drink when any of the following happens or is mentioned. Legacy hotel rooms, the Dragon Con app. We can probably scratch that, honestly, because it's a post-Dragon Con thing, but whatever. It's the same rules as the pre-Dragon Con one, so I guess if we mention the app, drink. The word habit trail is used. Any of the cults are mentioned. Carpet, Trashy, FedEx John, 36 dozen eggs. That one's probably going to get dangerous. A specific party is mentioned. Yeah. A specific party.
New ones.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about that later. Drink when a specific party is mentioned, Bunny Hutch, Heroes and Villains, etc. Drink when there is an animal-related interruption. And then our personal ones, drink when myself, Tara, mentions Red Dead or being an attending pro. This one's really dangerous tonight. Like probably even more so than the pre-Dragon Con one. I'm sorry in advance. Drink when Ashley mentions Canada or being Canadian or Final Fantasy. Also going to be dangerous. Drink when Jenna mentions any iteration of Squirrels or Squirrel Girl or Swag and Seek. Wow, this is going to be so much worse than pre-Dragon Con. And drink if or when Danny mentions collecting toys or his toy collection or how he didn't get any of Jenna's swag. I added that in there last minute. All right.
I don't think we had to drink for me last time, so I think mine's going to be super simple.
Yeah. I mean, you could be like a real asshole and try to work it in there, which we've absolutely had people do in the past, but I think it's going to be
not
dangerous
that guy.
enough.
I'm just not that guy.
Yeah. This is my first alcohol since Dragon Con, since I got COVID at Dragon Con. My voice is still kind of deep, if you can tell, but
yeah. I never tested positive,
I'm finally okay now. Like it.
I never tested positive, but I was sick with something and I'm still coughing. I actually think it's like allergies or sinuses from going West Coast, East Coast, South Carolina, Atlanta, South Carolina, West Coast. But
and the temperature's changing, so it's just that time for people to get sick anyway.
Yeah.
Plus, my husband didn't test positive till like a week later, and we're not sure if that's from Dragon Con or just from me. Probably from me.
Yeah, probably. I will say, like, I feel like I got a tickle, like I got like a piece of fuzz in my throat at Dragon Con and had like the worst like choking coughing fit on Saturday or Sunday.
I wish
And
you had said something. I had cough drops that knock like
it
anything out.
wouldn't have helped, honestly. Like, I got rid of it eventually, but like I feel like I got rid of it eventually that day, but I feel like I never really got rid of it. You know what I mean? So anyway, all that said. So what happened in Dragon Con news after Drinkin Con version 6.0? So we did Drinkin Con the Saturday, like 2 Saturdays before Dragon Con started. So like a week and a half-ish before Dragon Con started. And was there any actual like official news that came out or changed in that last week and a half? Because I don't remember anything big, but
What do you mean,
I
like
remember
official news?
Jenna, we can't hear you. You're talking, but we cannot hear you. You're not muted. Nope.
It
still
was,
can't.
but not on
There you are. Okay.
the system. There were some big cancellations last minute.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
The
what I was gonna
boys.
say.
Yeah, the boys was the biggest one.
Yeah, I had some cancellations, but to me that was like, is this really Dragon Con news? I was super upset because Sadie, the actor for Sadie from Red Dead Redemption 2 canceled. And actually she canceled. Oh gosh, it was like 2 days after we did Drinkin Con. Oh yeah, shit, I mentioned Red Dead. God damn it. So that really sucked to like 2 days later find out that the person I was most excited to meet wasn't going to be there. And then actually my Fear the Walking Dead panel that was supposed to happen on Monday got canceled because while some of the actors did make it to Dragon Con, they all had to, even the ones who made it from Fear the Walking Dead had to leave early on either Saturday or Sunday. I know they did some panels and they were there for a bit, but they had to leave on either Saturday or Sunday to go back to set, which is what, that's what the Apocalypse Rising track director told me, because I was like, oh, my panel disappeared from the app. What's going on here? But I mean, I figured it was something like that, but it was nice to get confirmation that it was just they had to go back to set, even though it sucked a little bit because that was, even though I'm not the hugest Fear the Walking Dead fan, it was something I was excited for. So and you said the boys, a bunch of them was it all of them, or was that also like a set thing?
So it was Alonzo and I can't think of Mother's Milk and Frenchie canceled the characters. They got one other one to join that was announced during con, and I just didn't end up making it because I kind of unfortunately lost interest at that point when they weren't going to be there. So
Gotcha. Who was there then? If it was, I can't remember. I thought it was only 3 of them that were supposed to be there in the first place.
More than 3,
there
I
was
think. I thought it was like 5.
female, and then they got. Forgive me, I always get him and his brother confused. They're twins, and they were on Fringe and a few other things. I'd have to look it up.
I know who you're talking about. One's in Rookie as the lawyer, and the other one was in X-Men as the ice guy. But I don't know their name.
Oh, yeah. Okay, he's also in.
They're in a lot of
they're in a lot of nerdy stuff.
Yeah.
One of them's in Lock and Key, yeah.
Yes. And I always get them confused, but one of the brothers was there.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about because he was the one that was in X-Men.
Yeah, and well, everybody was like, just for fun, his brother is going to show up and do the panels as his brother just to mess with everyone. So they got the wrong brother there. Like, it was all over the chat when they announced him, because people were like, wasn't he in XYZ? Why isn't it on his profile? And they were like, that's his brother.
Yeah.
So was that it was just canceling? I mean, and honestly, we all I think everybody expected there to be some cancellations, right? Like,
yeah,
especially there always are, but I think this is the new normal. I hate that term, but I feel like it's gonna.
I feel like people use the new normal as an excuse for the new normal.
Well, is what it is. So yeah, I don't know that there was any other really specific, like last minute big news with Dragon Con itself. So let's get into the general at things that happened at Dragon Con news. This isn't personal stuff, y'all. This is news, quote unquote, such as it is from Dragon Con. Now, I was lucky enough that every time I came back to my room, pretty much, at least one of my roommates was there to give me the latest and greatest from the Dragon Con official or other Dragon Con Facebook groups, etc. Usually it was Ashley, but sometimes it was Nami giving me news that she heard from Ashley. So I guess we might as well just brush it off and say, laugh our asses off at the Hilton. Everything that happened with the Hilton.
The Hilton.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Hilton mate sitting in the hotel room, just, you know, like it was live. Like most time, if you're just sitting in the hotel room, you're just watching Dragon Con TV. This time, I could just go on Facebook and just scroll down and just laugh my ass off at whatever memes were coming up now. And then, like the next day, a new disaster had happened. It just provided so much entertainment. Yeah, that was hilarious.
And I saw you're gonna. Do you want that in high res, Terrace, to use for next year? That photo?
Yes, probably.
I'll text it to you so you can have it.
Danny took a very, very clear, good, no reflection in the cover of it photo of the.
People make that seem so difficult. It's so easy.
It's not. It's not, but the only other photos I've seen, there was like somebody's reflection in it because it had like a plastic covering or glass covering.
Well, it did, but all you got to do is angle the phone right, and I mean, I make it easier than it is, but you know.
But so let's read off the litany of the Hilton sins from this year. I don't even think I remember all of them, honestly.
We should start with the infamous Iceberg Lounge.
Right. So we
is that the one that was like $100 and something to get in?
Oh,
yes.
100 is the cheap seats.
Yeah. And we
I heard about that
prior. We discussed that in the pre-Dragon Con, Drinkin Con webcast. And we were talking about like, well, maybe like actors will go there. Like they'll kind of give actors like free access so people will want to go there. No, as far as I could see and as far as I heard, it was empty the 2 nights that they had it. Did anybody else hear differently?
I mean, like I've heard from people who said like in the Facebook group saying that when they went, there was not a lot of people there. Like some people who did go. And apparently if you had like a premium Hilton room, you had like a free. So I think it was mostly people with free access that decided to check it out. And
yeah, I had some friends that had like premium Hilton rooms, and they checked it out, but they were like, if they had to pay, they were like, no.
And I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard through the grapevine that originally they were using Dragon Con logos and stuff to promote it, and they had to take that back because Dragon Con did not give them the okay.
Yeah.
I heard the exact same thing, that they had to start pulling some of their advertisements and stuff because they were selling it as an official Dragon Con event and it was not. So the organizers had to go and be like, you can't do that.
I wonder after the con if they got a cease and desist from the WB for using WB logos.
Oh,
because they did
were
the
using
Gotham
Batman,
stuff.
yeah.
And I wondered if they may not have gotten one quick, but I feel like social media, because people were taking pictures and probably hashtagging, I wonder if they got one later.
The themes every year for the past 3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
now.
But they weren't selling tickets to an event where the signage was using WB logos. That's a very different situation. Yeah. And I mean, honestly, it doesn't surprise me that Dragon Con got on them about them using the Dragon Con logo, even if they weren't advertising it as an official Dragon Con event. Dragon Con does not want people using their logo. You need,
photographers
permission.
Have gotten in trouble for using their logo in the past.
Well, there was a post in the Swag and Seek group a few months ago. That was me that mentioned it, not Jenna. Haha, you don't have to drink. But
anyways.
there was a post in the Swag and Seek group a few months ago because people were putting the official Dragon Con logo on their Swag and Seek, and Dragon Con was like, listen, we super appreciate what you guys do. We know you aren't selling anything, but please don't do that. And I mean, as somebody who runs a convention, I literally have a merchandise agreement with the one person who is allowed to produce items with our logo on it outside of us. So, it's like, that's a thing. And honestly, they're probably more protective about it than I even am, because in the past we've allowed people to like donate items to our silent auction with the Ice and Fire Con logo. But yeah, I do not blame them at all for wanting to protect their logo and protect the image that it sends out. And the Iceberg Lounge was never going to be the image that that's not the inclusive image that Dragon Con wants to send out, when it's literally, you have to pay this insane amount of money to just enter this location.
So Wednesday, when I was coming back to the hotel from the Marriott to my hotel room in the Hilton, they had security already up, and they asked me for my badge. Wednesday. And I was like, dude, I can show you my hotel room.
Get a badge on Wednesday.
I was like, dude, the badges don't go on sale till tomorrow morning at 10. I said, but I can show you my hotel room key if you want, because I was rooming there. So I was like, I got that. Oh, you're good. All right. And I was like, how am I the one guy that they probably stopped?
Oh, they tried to stop me at like 3:45 p.m. on Thursday, and I had literally just picked up my badge at the Marriott, but it was still in my God damn it.
In your envelope. I know what you're saying. It was in your envelope.
It was still in my folder that has like my schedule and everything in it. I hadn't taken it out and taken the little clippy thing off and put it on my lanyard. Like, fuck that. It was Thursday at like 3:45 p.m. Right. So it was still in my bag in my folder. And I just they were like, ma'am. And I was like, ignoring you. Cause like until official programming starts.
And that doesn't start until what, 10 o'clock Thursday?
No, they have panels on Thursday now that are earlier, but it doesn't until programming officially starts, or actually really unless Dragon Con is going to open registration on Wednesday, I don't think they should ever require a badge before 5 o'clock, at least. If not,
well, yeah, they opened registration early this year, and that was amazing because I didn't have to wait in line.
I think the only thing that happens Thursday morning are like workshops. It's not actual panels.
And you have to pay to get into those, and you don't need a badge to do the workshops either. So it's and the Hilton is the only one that has ever checked badges on Thursday, in my experience. I could be wrong about that, but
they check them for
I think I've seen it, but in the skywalks.
Yeah. Too.
But, all right, so let's continue the litany of Hilton sins. The Iceberg Lounge, the weird badge checking way early in the convention.
Alcohol prohibition.
The alcohol situation. So I didn't ever experience this, but
I had a few friends. They did stop if you were if you were being dumb. Okay, if you had an open container and you were walking from one hotel to the next drinking, they would stop you and tell you couldn't bring it in.
I heard the bucket of rum was a big offender.
I was going to say, I saw people with buckets of rum that were being stopped.
Yeah. Like I said, if you were being, oblivious, they were stopping you. If you had a flask and you put it in your pocket, they weren't searching bags. However, I heard on early Thursday morning, they were trying to.
So I have two experiences. One, we were trying to go through the Habit Trail, and it was stopped. It was
Yeah, I call it gerbil tube.
The Habit Trail was stopped completely. I heard that it was because security had stopped the line for whatever reason, and it was stopped for a while. That I actually went down the stairs and walked across the street because I had to get to a photo shoot. I have a timeline, damn it.
Which photo shoot?
Final Fantasy.
Oh, I didn't do that one.
She was trying so hard to not mention it.
You could have just said I can't mention it, and I would have been okay.
So, like, I heard that they were, because security was stopping the thing, because he was at a dead stop. People were like, this was in the Marriott. There was a crowd around the Habitat. No one could get anywhere, and people were having to go downstairs and outside. When we were going down outside and across, they were stopping some people with backpacks to look in their backpack. They didn't stop me. Like, there were a lot of people that they were just letting by with backpacks, but I guess they were just kind of randomly polling people to check.
It's if you're doing something that they feel that they need to search you for. Because when I was going out to the steps, they had a sign, but I always have my photographer, like my camera on me, and I just power through. My badge is always showing, and I just...
This was entering the hotel. This wasn't trying to get out into the back.
Well, yeah, no, in both. I just, boom. You can see my badge clearly because I have it flipped, and I had so many ribbons this year. It was easy for it to stay. I had so many ribbons this year.
And I don't buy hotel booze. I just use a Gatorade bottle, so it's like whatever. So I never got.
That's what a lot of people started doing, is putting it in. Like, I had my roommate was using his tea bottles.
I think it's people who had like open alcohol from specific hotels.
Well, I know that
you were carrying around like a bottle of Jack. I'm sure that would have raised some eyebrows too.
Yeah, like I know that. I think that what it was early in the weekend, definitely Thursday and maybe into Friday. They were absolutely searching bags and stuff because they thought they could, and then they realized how much of an issue it was going to be to do that for everybody. You know, and I never had an issue, but also I don't think I ever walked into the Hilton with a very obvious like beer in my hand or something. But I know that our friend Becca told me one of our mutual friends went and bought the alcoholic ice cream that they have down. It's down on the lower floor of the Hilton.
Yeah.
It's like the booth is like right inside the doors from
Right
where
by
you go out to the photo shoots, right?
Yeah.
And he took his alcoholic ice cream outside, and they wouldn't let him back into the hotel. You can't even get into that outside photo shoot area without having already been in the hotel. Like,
yeah, it's completely
that initially they had the side doors locked, and you could only go out that, but that ended by Saturday, or by I think Friday midday.
I mean, that's a fucking nightmare. That's a fire hazard.
And I think that's why it ended, is because somebody probably went and complained because they were doing that. But yeah, the Hilton was doing. We can talk about the Hilton all weekend.
So, did anybody hear that? That prior to Dragon Con, they tried to break their contract with them?
Oh, really?
I heard that.
I heard that they're trying to get out of Dragon Con.
Well, here's the thing.
All the tweets to at Paris Hilton, like, fix it.
I cannot imagine a world in which, even if they had the money to buy their way out of that contract, it would be smart of them to do so. Because in what weekend in the year can you boast that you have your entire hotel booked solid, every single conference room paid for and booked, and on top of that, like
parking as well,
all your
parking. You have so much food money you're making, beer, liquor, breakfast, you name it.
That's like, I can understand Dragon Con being a hassle, but still, that's gotta be paying like for a good chunk of their year.
Well, here's another thing I heard, is the hotel management, the upper management of that hotel had changed recently, and that was part of the problem. Is the new management was trying to nickel and dime Dragon Con and everything.
They don't understand Dragon Con. But listen, like,
isn't like the Habit Trail built for partly because of Dragon Con?
Damn it, Ashley.
Call it gerbil tubes like I do.
A Habit Trail is a gerbil tube, so I feel like that also.
You just said it again.
Fuck! No, doesn't count. I need to refill my drink already. This is dangerous. Why is
like
it
a 5-second rule between saying it, right? Like,
honestly, I can count on 2 fingers the number of times I have thrown up from drinking in the past like decade plus, and both times were from a post Dragon Con webcast.
We all remember that time I passed out during.
Was that 2018?
It was
Oh gosh!
quite a while
If
ago,
anybody
but
wants a real flashback, you can watch our
yeah.
2018
I
Dragon
was
Con.
still living with my parents at the time, so it was a while ago.
Oh Lord. Okay, so yeah, the Hilton tried to or is trying to. I don't know if they're still trying to because I feel like
Probably not.
what I'm guessing is, or well, what I know is that Dragon Con has a contract that was set in stone. You know, it was like written on the fucking tabula rasa. God knows how long ago, a decade or more, maybe, we don't know. And it's probably like between the room rates for such a crazy busy weekend, and they probably are paying way less for the conference rooms, et cetera, et cetera. The Hilton thinks they can eke more money out of this if they're not in that contract, but they would have to buy their way out of the contract, A, which I'm told they can't afford. B, they even if they bought their way out of the contract, like, lol, good luck at getting Dragon Con to suck up and pay more money to you. Like, because Dragon Con strikes me as the organization that would be like, ha ha ha, fuck you.
Mm.
I mean, to be honest, I would do that if I was them.
Yeah,
Like,
they'd only
I'll
have to
find
do it
another
for a year.
hotel.
They'd do it for a year, and the hotel would be begging them to come back.
Yeah.
For 1 year, they'd be like, well, I guess the Sheraton is now hosting a lot more events.
Well, the Sheraton is full too. Like, they have the Star
Well,
Trek
they
track
just
there and
no.
stuff.
All they'd have to do is take over the entire America's Mart, and they'd be fine.
Or another
there's
hotel
another
that's not
America's Mart.
attached, like that's super nearby, like the
Like,
Ritz-Carlton
doesn't
or
the Ritz
something.
have conference space? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it did too.
The problem with the America's Mart is it ruins the vibe that Dragon Con has always strived for. That's one of the reasons why they haven't moved to World Congress Center either.
I just think they do it as like a 1 year. It's like, okay, we're not gonna bite and
punish
like,
them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We're just gonna move everything here for 1 year,
and I guarantee you, the Hilton would cave.
Yeah. I mean,
because the only thing people would still try to do over there is probably make the photo shoots, which I can attest next year will mostly be at the patio steps with the issues that happened at my shoots, unfortunately.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. Okay, so continuing the litany of Hilton sins, the alcohol bag checks. Was there something else before the flood?
There was chairs.
Oh,
something about chairs. Like, I don't really understand the situation because from what I understand, a lot of the lobbies move out chairs for Dragon Con to make more space. But people were really upset that some chairs were moved.
Yeah, the outside ones over by the steps, they had nice chairs that they put up a few years ago that they took away during Dragon Con this year, apparently.
Or Jenna, you have such a lag that every time you start talking, people don't even know they're talking over you because you're coming in like 5 seconds later than when you actually start talking. What were you going to say? Typically what?
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. Jenna just has a lag.
I'm sorry. We can blame it on Trace because he manages all of our internet stuff. So, I was just gonna say that it was also for where they normally do the karaoke and stuff too. I heard that some of the furniture from that was missing because there's normally like tables and chairs and stuff that's out in the lobby as well that wasn't as available this year. So.
Yeah, that's what I was under the impression that it was inside stuff. I've never spent enough time in the Hilton to realize that there were chairs or seating missing. And like Ashley said, the Hyatt never had seating outside of what's in and around the 22.
I know they got rid of it in the Marriott in the Pulse area. They used to have a lot more.
They did that shit. I can't remember the last time they had seating there. 2013,
I think it was in 2018 or 2019 when they got rid of
it was before. It was before that.
I get the impression the thing with the chairs was that people were already down on the Hilton, so that when this other problem happened, they just kind of piled on it. And I also heard that apparently they put the chairs back out because people were complaining.
They did.
I had a separate issue at the Hilton too with the parties. They weren't letting you back in to go to the restroom. They weren't managing that very well. You had to go back and stand in line again.
Was that
For the
Dragon Con volunteer thing though, or
I feel like that's
No.
normal.
No, it's not, because I've gone to a lot of the parties that will give you tickets or they'll
yeah,
check
that's
and let you
right. I
back.
have had tickets before.
So it was actually a staffing issue with the hotel, is my understanding, because the only way that I was able to leave a party and get back in was finding an official Hilton staff who was willing to let me and vouch for me, because we had
that
just
might
gotten in
be
after like an
because
hour in line.
I know Dragon Con was very much under volunteer staff this year, so that could be part like that they didn't have volunteers available to handle that situation. I feel like that's a manning issue, not probably
it
the
was
hotel.
I just only experienced it at the Hilton. I had no
During-
problems at the Marriott.
one of the events that I cover late in the night, which I won't name. I'm not naming it.
Is it a Thursday night one?
No, this is
he's
3
not naming it
a.m.
because it's a specific party, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
maybe.
He's trying to keep us from alcohol poisoning. Thank you, Dan.
Oh,
So about 3 in the morning, I cover something in the Marriott in the atrium level, and they generally have security in that nice little partitioned area in front of the stage, and they did not have but a Dragon Con security guy. So when Dragon Con photography got there, and I know them because I've been doing this forever at this point, I guess, and I didn't realize how close I'd gotten with security as well as the staff, because it was really nice this year. They all knew me, and it was real simple, and I didn't have to. It was awesome. But so his wife, the other photographer's wife, kept getting knocked by another guy who was up there shooting video, who wasn't supposed to be up there shooting video. And before I knew it, there was 8 security guards in front of the partitioned area. Now, I was straight. They all know me. I get introduced I know one of the lead security guards now. He introduces me to all the security people now, so I'm good.
I think if you're ever on this again, your new drinking rule is going to be every time you talk about how many people you know.
that could be a trouble.
That would be dangerous.
But yeah, it was funny because as soon as they got there, all 3 of the Dragon Con security staff, like who've been doing it for I don't know how long at this point, but they're like, "You're good, Danny. We're not worried about you. We know you." But those other guys, who are they? I don't know. They seem nice to me, but I'm also a big guy. Most big guys don't bump into me because I'm gonna take them down with me. So
and it's like, whoa!
I'm just
not even trying. Just
I've had people bump into me, apologize, and they go back 3 feet. Like, I'm fine. Are you okay? You know?
Well, so it might have been, Jenny, you said you thought, or you were told that it was a Hilton, that it was a Hilton problem, not a Dragon Con volunteer problem, correct?
That's my experience with it.
I mean, honestly, not shocking. Let's get into the big thing, though.
Are we missing anything else before we get to that?
Gosh.
Was there anything
The bathroom flood.
No, that's the next thing. No,
it's the main.
Okay. I don't think
main.
there's anything else. If there is, it was because there were so many minor little complaints about the Hilton that it's like some of them are lost to the annals of time. Honestly, if you search the Dragon Con official Facebook group for the word Hilton, I tried that. Good luck with that. There's so much that good luck sifting through that drama. But
there was one other small thing, and it actually happened to me back in 2019, the last year I had went to, was someone was saying, it's like, hey, I was at the late night party on Monday night, and they had closed off the Habit Trail at midnight.
Yeah. They always do that, though.
Yeah, that happened to me. I did not know that. I had been separated from my friends, and I had to, and those, after Dragon Con, walking
I always do. I do so much street walking. It's not even funny.
You are a big dude.
Yes, you're a dude.
There is a huge difference. I was terrified that one year because,
That is fair.
I mean, I
and-
know I shouldn't make assumptions about homeless people, but I was
Oh no,
walking
we can
past
do that.
many.
I have stories for later.
Yeah, it's not just homeless people. It's just generally, well, and particularly the past few years, really.
This
downtown
year
Atlanta
we had
is-
some real issues.
If you are walking from the Hilton to the Hyatt at Monday when they've locked most of the doors,
Yeah,
it is a couple blocks that you are walking by yourself as a small woman at like 1 a.m.
Well,
It is not okay.
if
I
any
do not. I
if
do not
any of
agree
you
with that.
guys need a chaperone, I will volunteer to be the slaughtered lamb for you guys and walk you, because I definitely have no problem escorting people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I very vehemently disagree with them locking the doors at that time because Dragon Con, there are still people around Monday night.
and it
And
felt
it was
like
not
what do they
okay.
do? Like especially the one from the Hilton to the Marriott. It's a straight little like boop thing. Like
You can't even get into the back doors of the Marriott there. You if you just want to walk outside and cross the street,
Yeah.
try to get in that way. You can't.
you
have to
can't.
go
I
all
don't think
the
you
way
can
around
get
the
in the back doors of the Hyatt either. I experienced that in either 2018 or no, it was 2018, I believe. Anyway, so but that's something Dave and it's not just the Hilton to the Marriott to the
Hyatt's
Hyatt
the
does
same?
it too.
Mm.
I've experienced that as
Oh,
well.
really? I'm not there late, so I've never.
And in a way I get it because like they do have to open for like business Tuesday morning, but in another way it's like maybe don't. Like the habit trails aren't that bad, that gross, that dirty, whatever, particularly the short one from the Hilton to the Marriott that you really have to worry about cleaning it or whatever, but I don't know. I don't know that that's going to change anytime soon. But also the official get rid of your alcohol party that happens in the basement of the Hilton, that's only been happening since 2017 maybe. So
Yeah.
it's not really been around that long. So it could just be that they haven't caught up with the times yet. And that's not Dragon Con's fault. That's just like, hey, for the safety of the crap ton of people who still stay at your hotels through Tuesday morning, because it's a lot of people.
And the thing is, it's
maybe
it's a lot of people who don't have their normal friends group there either, because a lot
Mhm.
of people have already left. So that's why, like, I was in the situation where I was by myself because I thought that I would have a safe route back to my room. I didn't think that I needed to, like, worry about coordinating trying to get back to the hotel.
Yeah, I think next year I'm going to try to stay an extra day because I hate that I leave so early Monday, and then a lot of my friends stay longer, and I miss them.
We are
Well-
always there until Tuesday. So always there until Tuesday. And I think the dump party has been going on longer than 2017 because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I did it in 2015 or 16
it wasn't
on
an
the 10th
official
floor.
party.
Yeah, it's
before.
been going on for a long
Mhm.
time.
Well,
It was actually the Colonial Fleet, the Battlestar group that started it like a long ass time ago, and now it's like a sort of official Dragon Con event where they have the room for it in the basement of the Hilton. The first time I ever went to it, they did not have the Hilton basement yet, but that was 2014.
It was
so
on the
I
10th floor then.
yeah, I went to
Yeah,
the
I remember
went
it
to the
being on the 10th floor.
BSG one. Like I was invited by a friend who was in the fleet or whatever, but I don't know when it became like them renting a room in the basement of the Hilton, but I don't think it was before 2016. I really don't. I would say 2017 was the first year I heard about it being in the Hilton basement outside of just like the Hilton 5th floor, Hilton 12th floor, or whatever.
Correct.
I think
Okay.
it was
Yes.
like
I was going to say the party.
2018 was maybe the first year. Like I really
Yeah.
remember being there like maybe 2 years before
Yeah.
COVID hit.
It was fairly new, like when you brought the ostrich. I think that was only the second or third year.
Oh, Dorothy.
So,
I wish Dorothy is in my other house, so I can't show her off right now. Okay, so last but not least,
On the Hilton podcast.
not least, on this bitching about the Hilton podcast that we're doing. Oh God! So the Hilton flooded.
So
A pipe burst on the 8th floor is what I was told.
yes, bathroom got clogged up, and yeah, it was a toilet that initiated it, and it burst the pipe, and it flooded that floor and the 7th floor.
I can't
Yeah.
make my eyes
My
any wetter.
brother is a plumber. Toilets don't just explode pipes. This
I-
is
Oh
like
yeah, it had to have been like
situation
I'm
of
gonna say,
something that
like-
has been neglected.
Yeah, because I was told that it was a supply line, and so a clog will not. Sorry, I'm putting on my work hat. A supply line won't be caused from a clog, even on
I-
the high.
all I know is it was a bathroom.
Yeah.
Right. No, I was told that. I was told it was a water main. It was a supply line. It was not contaminated. It was clean Cat 1 water.
Well, yeah,
It
Is
wasn't
what I was
someone
told.
had
it
tried to
wasn't.
flush their makeup wipes.
Well,
Yeah.
if it came out of a toilet bowl, it's always Cat 2 or 3, depending
Yeah.
on what's in there. Like it's always dirty no matter what if it comes out of a bowl. And I was told that it was category 1 water, which is clean supply, like potable water.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
saw like one comment or no, don't be sorry because you know these things, insurance person. In real life, I saw one comment or post somewhere where I think it was a comment on one of the posts about the Hilton flooding where somebody was like, "That was not just water," and I was like, I'm only seeing one comment about this, but also like
But
if
see,
if that had been not clean water, they would have had to evacuate the entire hotel. That is like a hepatitis. Like you cannot imagine because Dean, my partner, works in construction. Well, not
it depends on
technically
how much
anymore.
money was paid.
Well, but hold on, like he works in construction and knows about these things, and he works in hospitals, and like if it is any sort of water that could even possibly be contaminated, it is such a huge health risk. Like the Hilton, that entire hotel would have been shut down, and everybody would have been packed up and had to leave. Like seriously, like it. Maybe the floors above that would have been okay, but every floor below that, including all of the bars, restaurants, etc., there's no way they would have allowed people on those floors if they thought that that water could leak into those floors if it was contaminated at that level.
Apparently, they had some extra rooms because I had friends that were affected, like their room flooded, and they were given another room.
Were they like premium rooms like that?
I don't know. I did not ask that question. They just told me that they had to move rooms because their room was flooded. I did not like. I didn't get in
I
depth.
always assume that the hotels do keep a stash of premium rooms for people who want to upgrade and whatnot.
They actually all keep a selection of rooms that are available specifically for their contracts with the airlines at the 3 hotels, the main 3. So like so you'll see a lot of them that will have rooms that are reserved for that, but they'll use it when they have to as well.
Yeah. So
they Oh, go ahead, Danny.
They did it really fast. And they were super helpful to them.
Like, kind of had to.
Yeah, but because I don't know how many rooms were affected in this because I didn't, we'll
I
probably
just
never
know
know.
As someone who was sitting in the hotel room watching the play-by-play, I was texting every group I was in, being like, "Hey, are you guys staying in the Hilton? Because you might want to check." Can you imagine being somewhere in full cosplay, doing your own thing, not online at all, and finding out that your shit could be destroyed?
Yeah, when I first heard, I thought it was rain because it was it was the day it was raining, and then I heard what floor it was, and I was like, oh, that's a pipe. That is not rain because it's on the like 7th or 8th floor when I first heard, and I think it was the 8th to the 7th, but
that photo that just keeps getting circulated, I don't know who the fuck took it. Kudos to them. And it's just the water like moving. And I've seen so many memes made out of it. But my favorite one is still going to be all Titanic cosplayers to the 8th floor of the Hilton because it literally did look like like the shots from the Titanic where the water is just slowly flowing. Yes, it very quickly flooded the 7th floor. I don't really know how bad it got on the floors beneath it, but I do know that within a couple hours, it was already dripping into a bucket in the lobby. So
I saw someone post a picture of their room with water kind of trickling down the wall. So I mean, it's not like they're going to be flooded, but like if you had anything next to a wall, I would have been concerned.
Which is literally like our entire room since the Hyatt got rid of all the storage. We'll get into that in a minute. Okay, well,
we might have bitched about the Hilton long enough, but I mean,
we have bitched about the Hilton for the past like 30 minutes.
I mean,
it was still a pleasant stay. I stayed in that hotel. I didn't, outside of the other shenanigans, it was fine.
Of unfortunate events where just like they got hit one after another, and the thing is, once the internet catches on to a trend,
I mean, people were complaining. I saw the alcohol sign before I even got there.
I mean, so sorry guys, I don't have time to mute myself. Still coughing from allergies or whatever the hell it is. Not COVID, tested negative several times. So before we close out on the Hilton stuff, like Ashley said, like once the internet gets a hold of it, it's just going to explode. And it didn't help that, let's be real, the Hilton pissed off the Drinkin Con gods. I'm not going to name who they are, because that's dangerous enough in itself when it comes to drinking on this webcast. But you know who they are. The Hilton pissed off the Drinkin Con gods, and they just got fucked over and over and over again.
And the fact that it ended with that. I heard that another pipe burst. I don't know if it was true or not, like on like the Monday.
Well, I just want to read a couple of my favorite quotes or comments from the Drinkin Con official Facebook group.
Oh man.
Someone named Celeste said they can pay for the repairs with all the proceeds from the Iceberg VIP lounge.
Okay.
And someone named Jay said, "Hey, no outside drinks." And Amy replied, "But it's an inside drink." And then again, the all Titanic cosplayers to the 8th floor.
I wish I knew you were doing this. I would have compiled a list of my favorite memes.
I know. Seriously,
I mean, I love. There was one with the Shining with the twins. Come play with us.
I saw a Pennywise photo.
Oh yeah, that one. I saw this Pennywise.
And I don't know if it was photoshopped or if somebody actually went up in their costume, because I could see that happening at Drinkin Con.
Yes, I could too. Although I wouldn't want to ruin my Pennywise costume. If
well,
it's been 2 weeks now.
The boots that they wear, they'd be okay.
I did see one that was that photo of, or a screenshot from one of the Twilight movies. I can't remember which one, of all the like sort of, it's the vampires looking down on everybody. And the one I saw said Sheraton, Marriott, and Hyatt looking at the Hilton, but honestly, wrong. That is Westin, Marriott, and Hyatt looking at the Hilton, because P.S. the Sheraton had their own share of problems.
Really?
With the mushrooms. Yeah, somebody else mushrooms. Like, listen, in 2019, they had the Legionnaires thing, and then this year, somebody literally found mushrooms growing out of their bathroom wall.
This was my fave.
Oh, Hilton. I'm the Sheraton now. For those of you listening to this as a podcast, Ashley just shared a photo, a meme where it's just a picture of the somebody eyeing somebody else saying Hilton, and the bottom one says, "I'm the Sheraton now." But yes,
because the Sheraton's usually the one that gets shit on.
Yeah, but the Sheraton did have mushrooms growing out of a wall in somebody's room. So
the Sheraton's the only hotel that doesn't do badge checks at all.
Well, why would they? They're just happy to get people there.
Like, you can go shoot in the Hilton pool area. However, just remember the humidity level in that pool area is ridiculous, especially if you go in there right after it rains.
You mean the Sheraton pool area?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said Hilton. What were you going to say, Jenna?
I was just going to say it seems very fitting for them to have, the bacterial growth one year and fungal growth, this year. So
Yeah,
the Sheraton was the one that had Legionnaires a couple of years ago, and I mean, we memed on it, but they sorted it out, they fixed it and everything. Like, everyone memes on the Sheraton. It just sucks that it's down a hill. I mean, if it was closer, it would be a lot more popular.
But it was only one hotel away from me.
someone shared a picture of their bathroom, and the bathroom happened to have not just like mold. We're not talking about little bits of mold. We're talking about sprouting mushrooms that are like they were like pushing
I mean,
like sprouting.
Like
a colony
it was
of
peeling.
mushrooms.
The wall thing was like peeling back as the mushrooms like crawled out. It was like, this is my worst.
These are
I hate mushrooms so much.
Mario mushrooms. Like they look like something
I
you
wish
would
I'd
find
seen it.
in a rainforest. Like I see those little mushrooms in the grass. They're like, oh, those are these cute little mushrooms. Whatever. No, these were like fungi.
No, Danny, just go. Anyone who's listening to this, if you're in the Dragon Con
I'm in so many Dragon Con groups.
Listen, just go to the Dragon Con official Facebook group and search the group for the word mushrooms and you'll find it. It's the only post in there. Like, I don't think this was a common problem, but it's still fucking gross. Like, if
weird.
That was me, I would have
I was
flipped my
not
shit.
aware that mushrooms could just like, and someone commented like, yeah, if you get rid of those, they'll just grow back in like
Did
an hour.
Ashley freeze? Okay, there you go.
Yeah. They grow. Those types of mushrooms grow super, super fast. So
yeah, I don't know about fungi, but I mean, I feel like that's not right.
This was several days into the convention. So probably like what I'm guessing is they weren't there when these people checked in or whatever, at least not popping out, but they were growing behind the thing. So I'm not saying it's even the Sheridan's fault that they didn't notice them, right? It probably isn't because those types of mushrooms do grow super fast. But that said, ew. And also, like, this is part of the problem with not having fucking fans in your bathrooms.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Why don't these hotels have fans in their bathroom? It's weird. Like, this is
I don't know who Justin is, but Justin says it was a nasty surprise. I can only imagine. Like, ew. Just ew. I mean,
if you really want the answer to why they don't have fans in the bathroom, we can go over that later.
Yeah.
I know why they don't have fans.
Well, it has to do with how the ventilation works and how you have to push it through the roof and things of that nature, and where does it go.
They would have the amount of systematic things they'd have to do to put fart fans in those bathrooms would be like an engineer's nightmare and dream at the same time.
They're all shorter hotels. They're all going to be something that's probably under 5 floors. They're not going to be your taller hotels.
I mean, I agree. Amy said, like, to be fair, most of those rooms have probably been empty. But also, just to be very clear, these are super fast-growing mushrooms from what somebody mentioned it in the comments, and I actually looked it up after somebody said something.
Yeah, about a week.
They do grow very fast. And I also can't imagine that the people who were staying in that room didn't notice the mushrooms when they checked in or showered the first like couple days. So they were probably, the fungus was growing behind the like little wall thing, and it just popped out one day like, surprise, here I am.
Can we also discuss the room number that it happened in though?
What room number was it?
420.
No,
that's funny.
I feel like the lie detector test determines that was a lie. Like, I can't imagine that's true. I mean, if it is, that's hilarious. I will not trust anything other than the person who stayed in the room saying specifically. Yes,
that's on their post.
The only time I stayed in a room number,
the room number is on the post,
was because of Tara.
The only okay, so moving on to the cults, which we mentioned earlier. I'm still in the stop trying to make cults happen mindset. They need to be organic.
I just want to know who like, have we named the new cardboard cutout? Because I just want to. I keep meaning to do it, like making a sign saying, stop trying to make this happen, and stand next to that new cardboard standout and be like, it's not done. Yeah.
Like, so, you know, cults, Dragon Con cults, quote unquote, because this isn't actual cults where people are like, I don't know, carving, you know, carving symbols into people's bodies and shit like that.
They're just
but
making pretty things.
They're putting
cults at Dragon Con,
googly eyes on their heads.
things.
Yeah,
And when we
Colts
do,
at Dragon Con need to
go
be
hard.
organic. I gave the 36 dozen eggs Colt in 2020 a pass personally because
I don't even know
everybody
what
loved
that is.
Tony.
I learned about that one this year. How did that
It
one
is,
happen?
yeah.
It
Sounds like
was
a 2020 thing.
Yeah, it was in like one of the first virtual Dragon Con things where Tony, who's one of the like I don't know what he's like a volunteer PR person, etc. Like really, really like just stand up cool, funny guy. But he was talking about how when he first was volunteering for Dragon Con, there was something I don't remember the specifics because this was 2 years ago, but it was something about he was asked to make like a lot of hard-boiled eggs, and I don't know if he actually was supposed to make 36 dozen or if he misunderstood, but yeah, it was like he thought he had to make 36 dozen hard-boiled eggs, so that's how 36 dozen eggs became a thing. I gave that one a pass because, like I said, everybody loves Tony, and we all needed that random hilarity during and after a virtual Dragon Con. I also kind of gave the closed for cleaning a pass in 2021, though thankfully no one tried to bring that back this year. I will say, like, there were wannabe cults popping up before and during the con this year, but I can't quite. I know we talked about some of them in the pre-Dragon Con webcast. There were those scofflaw brewing standees in the passageways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to think about that. So there were the
think
scofflaw
it's
brewing,
hilarious
but they honestly
because
some
they
smart
have to know.
some
Yeah.
smart marketing person got permission to put them there. I do not argue with them on that.
No, I am actually impressed with their, like, hey,
Oh, I like the
we see
fact
what's
that
going on the ground floor. These are going to get memed to shit. We need to put them there.
I like the weed ribbons that got placed in all the hotels.
I did not see
There
that.
was
I
like
did not either.
there was a pot, like whatever, one of those things. They had put ribbons for your badges in like all the hotels.
Did not see
Yeah,
it.
I didn't see that. I mean, I know that
It was like early Thursday, and I'm sure if you didn't get them, they were gone. But I saw enough people with them on their badges. I had one because I got one organically. So
sorry, I'm responding to someone about the FedEx John Standy being in the Hyatt to Marriott passageway.
I was so mad about that. I'm going to be
But he
honest because
has to be.
Why?
He has to be because
that's where he started.
No. He was originally in the one from the Marriott to the Peachtree Center. I think that they're putting him in the Hyatt to Marriott one because the other one is a way more public.
Oh,
passageway.
I don't know. Is it true that it wasn't even FedEx that put him there? It was just somebody.
No. I think it's the same crew who took him the first time. They've been bringing him back because they brought one back last year too, and it's a redone version of it.
Yeah. They put him in the Hyatt to Marriott one last year. But yes, I believe it's because somebody made this guy and they trust that he's not going to get messed with. Because if he was in the Hyatt to, or I'm sorry, Marriott to Peachtree one, that is a way more public passageway. And there also might be a situation where he would just straight up get removed and they would never see him again.
I don't know. There was a group of people that was there pretty much all weekend doing like dancing. I saw like them with like an N64 at one point.
I saw a big sign where you could like sign something. I wanted to do that, but I forgot and it was gone.
Anything that did end up getting left in the Peachtree Marriott thing, I'm not going to say it, ended up being removed because I know I put out my my prayer candle for John that like Wednesday night or Thursday night.
I saw that.
And I
remember seeing your prayer candle.
Yeah, so it did end up getting like moved the next day. So that's why I brought enough to like leave out one every single day.
I'm looking it up in our pre-Dragon Con doc. Okay. Hold on one second because oh gosh, no. I know
But I
we
do wanna
talked
say-
about the other cult, and also we are talking about cults so much, so like I feel like we just need to drink like every 30 seconds.
Yeah. One of my favorite things, though, that only Final Fantasy 14 people will get on the standout that was between the Hyatt and the Marriott. I think it was 2 standouts. Someone had printed out a recruiting for their static raid group, which is when you're playing an MMO, you have to form a group with people online to do the hard version of raids, and like it was written in the way that only people who play the game would understand, because it's all the abbreviations. It's like item I-610 looking for like LF, I guess it was LF, I think Paladin, PLD, LF PLD item, for PS, like 5. I'm sorry, I'm probably getting it wrong, but like I didn't realize that first, but my husband just pointed out, like, read that, no, look at that carefully. I'm like, oh shit, that they're recruiting for the raid group for Final Fantasy 14. And only people who play Final Fantasy 14, this is counting as the, like I'm saying it all in succession. It's
Yes,
5 seconds
exactly. Yeah, this is counting as one whole Final Fantasy 14.
Yes, only people who play the game would understand all these abbreviations, and I just found it hilarious that there's this big sign recruiting for their raid group.
I'm annoyed because I swear we talked about, there was something that happened pre-Dragon Con where people were trying to make a cult about it, and it was the app. It was the app. That's what it was. People were trying to make cults around the app. Thankfully that didn't.
Cult around the app is drink if you are asking when the app comes
and
out.
shit, I just mentioned, fuck me, I didn't think I would actually do it. No, so it was that before Dragon Con, when they it was actually because it came they actually updated it on the day that we did our pre-Dragon Con webcast, but a couple days before that it had like loaded and it had all of these testing things, so people were trying to make cults around like the test, like the sample testing data or whatever on the thing on the phone that you look at. So yeah, I mean, thankfully that didn't take hold, because
I mean there's already a drinking games where you just like drink whenever the Dragon Con app is mentioned. Like that's a thing that's been around for years.
Yeah, I would die like every time I saw it. First of all, I wouldn't have a job anymore because I would be drinking like I'm on like a 15-minute break. I can like check, Dragon Con official or the Dragon Con subreddit. Oh shit, the app is mentioned 6 times. Okay. All right. So any other thoughts about the cults before we move on to some personal stuff?
I think next year I'm going to try to do a photo shoot based around the carpet one. Thinking about it, or just a cult of the con shoot in general. So,
and I've got,
but I don't know all of them.
They do have
the Dragon Con cults, and it'll be like the Carpet and John, and like Carpet and John are the only 2 that I really know about.
There's that. There's now the googly eyes. People are doing googly eyes like add-ons to their cosplays. So.
I miss Trashy.
Everybody does, man. Like,
no, I walk on that carpet I walk on Marriott carpet every day. I have it as my welcome mat to the house.
How would you? Why? Like, did you buy a printed one, or did you actually get?
This is Marriott legit from the hotel carpet.
Oh my god! Why would you?
That somebody that I bought.
I have people who did it.
Those industrious people who raided those trash bins are like.
Oh, I had one. I had a piece that my ex gave me as a gift for Christmas, I think the year after they got rid of the carpet, or the Christmas after they got rid of the carpet. And then at some point we moved and it got left somewhere where it got wet. and it was nasty as fuck.
Oh no, it's
So-
outside. It's nasty, but I could clean it in theory. But yeah, I've got two decently sized pieces that I use as doormats. So
I was
when
gonna
you
say,
come into my house, you walk across Marriott carpet anytime you come in.
So, all right. Well, we're going to talk about some personal Dragon Con pros and cons. I'm going to add one more person to our little shenanigans here.
All right.
This is Amanda. Amanda, can you hear
Hey.
us? Hey,
Yes,
we
I
hear
can.
you.
I
Yay.
know her.
You know Amanda. So yeah, this has been today has been just a litany of like people are joining, then they're not joining. People are joining, then they're not joining.
All right, I gotta go
So-
get some things in preparation for this.
Yeah, mine's down
Oh,
here.
that sounds bad. Does everybody have a full drink? I feel like this is gonna be
Am I-
dangerous.
Amanda, am I going to see you tomorrow night?
I don't know. Maybe.
Let me know.
Okay.
I like how you're just having personal conversations back and forth on this live webcast in front of a bunch of strangers. There are strangers watching this.
I know.
That's fine. If
Many-
they don't
many
know me,
strangers.
And
they
here
haven't
too.
been.
So again, we're going to talk about some personal Dragon Con pros and
All right.
cons. We're going to start with cons first, like just to get them out of the way, right? We don't, have to go in any specific order with each other, but just keep in mind, like what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, is full on moderate this like I would a Dragon Con panel, ha ha ha. And we're going to go around clockwise. So it'll be myself, Jenna, Ashley, Amanda. No, I'm sorry. Myself, Jenna, Ashley, Danny, and then Amanda.
Okay,
And-
so it's only cons
Let's
first,
just
so.
let all the ladies go first. I can go last. I'm okay going last.
Danny gets to go last. So we're going to go through some personal, but not too personal Dragon Con cons and pros. We've already talked about the Hilton so much, but then I forgot to mention this earlier because it was in this section. I don't really know why, but general cons, again, laugh my ass off at the Hilton. Seriously, though, did you guys hear that somebody was supposedly using a master key to break into rooms?
No,
Nope.
I hadn't
No.
heard that one.
That's
So
a new.
I saw a post it was actually a not Dragon Con group that I'm in, but like a fandom group in general. And the person who shared it was somebody who goes to Dragon Con. But yeah, then I saw something on the Dragon Con subreddit today where somebody did actually get their room at the Hilton broken into. And there was like the door was shut, locked, whatever. Nobody else but them and their partner had a key, and like a whole bunch of their shit got stolen. But yeah, apparently somebody was using a master key to break into rooms at the Hilton.
Because
So-
my understanding is hotels can check who's had access to your room via keys.
Oh, yeah.
So they would be able to
Yes.
tell if
They
it was
can-
a master key.
Track.
Cloning is very easy to do
Yeah.
as far as duplicating keys, because
But as
It's
soon as
just
security knows,
easy.
they
I'll
can
just
cancel
say
those
that.
keys and
Mm.
real fast.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was one thing I forgot to mention in our litany of Hilton disasters earlier. But don't worry, I won't forget it next year when we reprise our disaster. Okay. So Dragon Con cons first. And like, listen, I don't want to
Alright.
be too negative here, whatever, but we all have them.
Yeah.
So some of mine are kind of weird. My first one was, how much did you really need a badge? Because despite friends telling me that their badges were getting checked constantly, like everywhere.
Mine was checked a lot less this year than had been previous years.
Mine was like never checked last year, right? Like
I
never,
did.
unless I was coming in from outside.
Yeah.
And I kept hearing people saying, oh, they're going to check your badges everywhere. So I had mine out like I used to in previous years, prior to last year when nobody ever checked it. But despite friends telling me that they got their badges checked constantly, I only ever had mine checked on the Marriott to Hilton Skybridge once, which I mentioned earlier on Thursday afternoon. And other than that, I only ever had it checked when I was going into the hotels from the Peachtree Center or the street.
I did a bunch of photo shoots on the Hilton outside. So those doors, which, there isn't even a lot of access to get outside from, like the only way you can get out there is from the hotel. That's pretty much where I was mostly checked,
And going
strangely
into
enough.
the Hilton on any entrance, they had people. They were guarding the Hilton like hardcore this year, like every entrance.
Yeah.
No,
Well, they were doing it. They were doing the outside entrances at the Hyatt and Marriott too.
Yeah, they were
for sure. But the sky
Hyatt
bridges
wasn't checking.
the sky bridges was
sky
not.
bridges. The things
in the past, I've had issues with the sky bridges where I've had to like dig it out and to show it. Going into a hotel, I've always had that issue. And
in 2019, they were literally checking them in the middle of the Hyatt to Marriott sky bridge, like in the middle, before the SunTrust thing, before the SunTrust tunnel, even. So it was like, how the fuck? Oh God, animal interruption. I heard.
Yeah, wait, sorry.
That's, I'm assuming that's part of the list.
Yes, yes, he is.
Yes.
Say hi, Louie.
So, so yeah, that was kind of my con because I listen, no, I don't want to have to dig my badge out, but I had it out because people kept telling me, oh, they're checking them. But then guess what? They never were. So...
we bitch about the Hilton, but like we do not want outside people in the con. But again, the sky bridges, you're already inside. I don't understand.
Well, yes, but there's so many people who come for like football games and stuff, and like if they only have a room at the Marriott or a room at the Hyatt and not a con badge, they were still absolutely able, at least in my experience, to go from one to the other throughout the weekend. And that's the thing that's frustrating to me. It's like, no, listen, it's a pain in the ass. I don't want to have to dig out my badge 600 times. But also I do want to, because then it means that people who haven't actually paid for a Dragon Con pass aren't able to just move from one hotel
we
to
all
another.
Remember the chair being thrown off the Marriott.
Well, there was something tossed this year as well, because I was down.
Which hotel was it?
It was the Marriott again.
Oh, wow.
And security was out there stinking fast. I don't know what was tossed down. I didn't see it, but I heard it hit.
And this is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
So I got hit with
a bottle of ice fear of the chair.
Oh wow.
So
now the other thing is, and this is both a con and a pro, so I'm going to talk about it both times. But I finally
does that count as a drink?
I finally went to the aquarium. So my cons about this was getting there was fucking miserable. Like it was daytime.
Did you take the bus?
No, I don't know where the bus was.
Late. The bus is at the Marriott, and it was really late this year, and it was not good. We ended up.
I would have just walked it. It's only like 4 blocks.
I actually thought about walking it, but what I was wearing was absolutely not going to happen. It was going to be too hot. But then I stood outside of the Hyatt sweating for 20 minutes while I waited for an Uber or a Lyft or whatever. And then once we got in the car, and again, this is not on the driver's fault. This is like, it's entirely just timing and everything. Just getting there was fucking miserable. Okay. It took us, we left our room at like 7, like right at 7. And I don't think we didn't get to the aquarium until like a few minutes before 8. That's how bad it was. Now the other thing I wanted to note is that they wouldn't, I had a VIP ticket. So with VIP, which I'll talk about later, but with VIP, which is totally worth it. I really didn't like that they wouldn't let the bartenders have tip jars.
Oh,
so yeah, there were like, you get drinks are included, right? But there was no tip jar. And obviously I'm like, the first bartender I went to had like a couple bucks like sitting under like a bottle or something, and I was like, even if she hadn't, I would have passed her money anyway. But like, I brought copious amounts of cash just to tip the bartenders, knowing that my drinks were included. And I asked the second one that I went up to, I was like, why don't you guys have tip jars out here? And he was like, yeah, we're not allowed. And I was like, the fuck? Like, I'm
Yeah.
hoping I know like myself
Anyone
and
who works
all,
in the service industry is like, what the-
yeah, like I'm hoping, like I know myself and all my friends
They've
were
been-
like, yeah,
they may
yeah,
have been
here, just
making
have
a
our, just
cut.
like take our cash, but like not everybody understands that. So I was like, that's annoying. So those, I mean, that, and I think just generally like the thing I complained about before the convention, which was the lack of like them not requiring vaccination or a negative COVID test, which absolutely led to this being a super spreader event.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Fuck that.
There was no
like half the people that I've hung out with that weekend has COVID. Like half didn't, and we were all together. So it's amazing that like not everyone got it. Like some people have better immune.
I think
some
of
whatever.
our like no, I think
I
like
got it.
for myself and our other roommate who didn't get it, I think it was because we both had it this year already. Like officially had it.
And Keith thinks that he had it too earlier this year. But like as someone who's done, you know, like looking more and more into like masking and whatnot, like that it's masking is not going to fix this. You have to actually have like vaccine checks.
Well, yeah. And also like I get that the new variants are kind of not, they're ignoring the vaccines and even the boosters to an extent, but the fact that there was no the fact is there was no mask mandate in Atlanta like there was last year. So the only place anybody could police it was in panel rooms. And most of them didn't do that either. So just saying. All the tracks
any public area, they could not enforce masks. It was not on Dragon Con, they could not legally enforce it. Like that's just the way it is. You're in a public space, they can't force you to wear a mask.
They didn't do it at anything that I went to that was Dragon Con official, was not forcing it.
I mean, mine were.
And any panel I went to, they were.
Mm-hmm.
The thing we can't mention that happens late at night, none of those were requiring it. Maybe to go in, but not once you were in, you were fine.
Yeah, I agree. I went to a couple parties, and they were, same. So anyway, I was annoyed that they had no tip jars, whatever, at the aquarium. The other thing I wanted to mention, and this isn't something I personally experienced, but I had enough friends, particularly friends who had been were going to Dragon Con for the first time this year, complain about it. So I looked into it and talked to people about it, was the vendor room lines, because I
didn't even go this year for the first time. I never went.
So I walked in on Monday, no problem, at like 1:00 in the afternoon, 1:30. I think it was 1:30, but I've walked in on Monday every year. But it being at the America's Mart, they only have that one entrance, right? So that's why there's always crazy lines, as far as I'm hearing. Go ahead, Jenna.
Crowd control too. It's to manage how many people are in there. So they're actually counting. Like if you've noticed, there are some people who have counters, and they're trying to manage how many people are in the vendors hall to make sure that they're not over capacity for fire marshal.
But this
that's
year
funny because they don't check the hotels like that, because they would probably get shut down in a heartbeat. I know one year the Marriott did.
Yeah.
You're talking 20? Was that 2018?
It was. I think it was 2017.
I swear it was 2018 when we hit 85,000 people, and they literally shut it down, and you had to start showing your room keys, because like I got blocked out of the Marriott that year, and I was like, no, I'm staying here. Like, here is my key. And
I got stuck in the Skybridge going from the Marriott to the Hyatt in 2013 because it started pouring rain outside on Sunday, and everybody rushed inside, so they closed down both hotels. and they wouldn't let anybody in. So I was stuck in the Sky Bridge for like 45 minutes.
Yeah,
It was
despite them
miserable.
saying that they had reduced numbers this year, it did not feel like that at all
Oh
to
no,
me.
it was
I
reduced. I could
disagree.
tell.
It was super reduced. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Last
could
year it
tell.
was way more reduced, but this year it was still super relaxed.
I missed
Yeah.
2021 numbers already.
I
Yeah.
do as well.
It was amazing last year.
But yeah, I mean, I just like, I saw something on the Dragon Con subreddit where somebody was saying that, okay, so they only have one entrance open. They could open other entrances, but that would mean, of course, that they would have to then staff them. And I get that might have been a problem this year, but I also am just like, I feel like
This year was
every
worse than normal because I have
every fucking
never
year,
had
it's the
like other than like when it first opens up on Saturday. I've never heard about lineups taking hours to get in, aside from those 2 times.
I had one thing I wanted from the vendor room, and it was this shirt. It's an OFMD shirt. It's from my friend Ian Lino Designs.
Nice.
If you see this anywhere online other than on Ian Lino's official website, it is being stolen. But this particular one is metallic. So like the one you get online, it's just like yellowish. It's not metallic. You can only get the metallic one at conventions. So I was like, not only do I want to see my friends, but I want to get this metallic t-shirt. Like I want that design, but I want it metallic. I want it to be special. And that is the only reason I went to the vendor room or the vendor hall on Monday. But I walked right in, but before that, the lines were like an hour long, almost constantly, all day, every day. And I get the fact that they're checking numbers and stuff, but they really need to have more than one entrance open. Especially if they're going to open, or if they're going to have more people there next year, which is again,
and I heard,
I'm just like, please don't.
people who had workshops in there were like, we couldn't get to our workshops about
Jenna,
they pay for.
I heard that too.
Talk, Jenna, talk.
Well, I was going to say, it's normal to wait an hour in line for the vendor hall. Like, I think I waited in line 2 or 3 hours before in 2019, maybe 18. No, it was wrapped around the America's Mart one. It went up to the West End. It went around the block of the West End. Like, I had time to order a Starbucks, wait 30 minutes for it, grab it by the time the line got there, and it was still fresh because they were so far behind one year. So an hour is great to get into the vendor hall on
I don't know why you would ever wait that long. I don't know why
I have never
Some
waited that
people
long
go
for the
to go
vendor
to the
hall.
dealer.
Really
everybody
like
has their thing.
Well, and I know certain vendors who will only have limited, like yours is a limited run. They probably only have so many sizes. They may sell out, kind of thing. And especially with a few, I think it was 2017. Had I not waited on the first day to get the Tentacle Kitty, the Dragon Con one, the purple and green one, Evelyn wouldn't have gotten one. So, I mean, I have traditions that I have to keep. So when they have things that are good, I am willing to wait in line. And I spent not near as much as the time I went drunkenly to the vendor hall at Squirrel Girl with a bend the knee bottle.
She said it.
God damn it. Amanda's paying more attention than the rest of us.
Sorry. I read the rules.
But no, so I think it was 2018, I went drunkenly to the vendor hall and have lots of regrets. But this year I think I spent on par, but got way better, less regretful purchases. So,
well,
my husband did go, but apparently, like, he likes the loot boxes, like the mystery boxes. And apparently this year,
story about this.
Well, apparently these people, they've like tried to like capitalize. They're like, oh, the loot box situation is not good anymore. They're like not. They're making them too expensive for the crap you get. Like, it's no longer a fun, happy surprise box. Yeah. It's more like, get this specific like genre, and it's like overpriced for what you. I don't know. The loot box situation is just.
Always depends on
people are trying to monetize it too much, and it's losing its appeal.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the things that Keith picked up loot box wise were like because they were boxed.
He found ones that were not specific to a specific genre or
where is the
IP.
base? That's what
Goddamn vase. They had like some like dollar store vase in the loot box.
and the tiny
I
glove.
want to see it. I want to see it.
I haven't done it.
Wow.
Me later.
That's- we've had COVID.
I
We
want to
haven't
see
done
it.
Special.
I'm sorry, we haven't
Oh.
done anything to unpack it.
Yeah, same. I literally pulled this shirt out of my suitcase from Dragon Con to wear tonight. Okay,
I put up my stuff here to show.
I haven't even
later.
unpacked.
so all right, well,
Right there with you.
since we've been talking for a while, and Amanda's brand new to this, let's actually go to Amanda first. Amanda, what were your Dragon Con cons? Nothing too personal, just kind of like things you experienced that were meh.
I got COVID.
Yeah, well, so did a lot of people.
Yeah. That was the worst souvenir I've ever gotten from Dragon Con. The second worst one I got was the hematoma from donating blood in, I think, 2016.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, that's gross.
Sorry.
Sounds like a bad time.
Yeah.
So is getting COVID your only Dragon Con? I mean, listen, like there were so many people. Nobody was masked. There were no vaccination requirements, etc.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt.
go ahead.
I overheated in my Bilbo Baggins costume, but that's kind of a normal thing now. So the dressing gown, the
Yeah,
6
it wasn't
pounds
really even that hot this year, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
Although I did come back to the room one time and strip down to like my underwear while Ashley's husband was in the shower, and I was like, hopefully I'll get my clothes back on before he gets out of the shower. But right now, everything I'm wearing is soaked through with sweat. So I get the overheating thing.
Oh, that happened.
I am always hot, so
No,
I feel
that
you.
was I think that was about the only con that happened for me. I know I got really, really, really drunk Thursday night. Took a nap and then wandered around. Don't really remember wandering around Thursday night, but apparently I did because I came back with a bunch of swag from Swag and Seek, and it's like, where did all this come from?
I mean, hey, I feel like that's a pro, honestly.
I know, but it's like, where
oh,
did this
yeah,
come
does that
from? I don't
count?
remember getting it.
No, Jenna didn't say it, so it doesn't count.
But she
Come on.
toasted us, so
She
I
did
feel
toast
like
us.
we have to toast and
Honor it.
All right, well, Jenna, what are your Dragon Con cons?
My cons. I didn't get to a single panel this year. That's a con because I found other things to do. Big con. I have no photos of us, Tara. That's
Yeah.
a huge con.
I have some.
Yeah. Well, I don't. You got to
I
share
can
them.
send them to you. I mean,
Yeah.
And I think the biggest con of all is I don't have three of me to experience the con differently because there's always so much to do and I always feel like I'm missing out choosing other things. So like I really decided this year like there was a goal of no new friend groups because I am like there are so many of us that I have met and loved through the con and it was like I don't know if I have time and energy to make a good relationship with a new person.
Hold on.
And
I have
have that
no idea what you're
imposter-
talking about on that.
Well, but like so I met Tara through Dragon Con and we've been friends since meeting and found out like we were local to each other and I have three other cliques that are very much the same way. So it was like I think I've run out of time to figure it out. So I guess that's a pro though. But yeah, no, the cons were not getting to panels that I wanted to because I found other things to do, not having enough of me to do the things that I wanted, and not getting enough photos of when I was in the cosplays that I liked. So.
Yeah, I did not get enough photos. I tried. Like I even went to Brian Humphrey's. I even went to Brian Humphrey's booth a couple times, but the problem was I always went to his booth when I had to be somewhere like 30 minutes later, and I would wait for like 15 minutes, and then I'd be like, I gotta get to a panel that I'm like on, so I can't like wait any longer.
Well, another thing that I never made it to was an actual meetup for Swag and Seek. I stood in line because it had announced that it was going to be. I know you got to drink. Sorry, I said it. Drink. But I stood in line for one, and it said it was supposed to start at a certain time in the app, but then it was like pushed back an hour and I missed that. So I was like, no, I got more important things to do. So I'm just started handing out stuff as I was leaving. I was like Santa Claus. So.
All right, Ashley, what about you?
It's hard to say because I was planning on taking things a little bit easier this year, and when I was looking at the panel list, it was not like there wasn't a lot of things I wanted to do. I wanted to see some of Tara's panels, but I never got the chance to do it. Like whenever she was running out of the room, I was like, I can't. I've got things. I got photo shoots or like something cosplay I have to get into, and I couldn't go, and I actually really wanted to, but I have not played Red Dead Redemption, so I knew that I would not understand anything at her panels.
You need to play it so that we can.
I do. I do. I want to because I like open world games. That's
like, listen, if you get into Red Dead Online, also, I'm sorry, I actually mentioned Red Dead that time. But if you do Red Dead Online, I will go back into Red Dead Online just to I will get Dean to do it too, just to like show you the ropes and like help you level up your character.
So the only panel I really got to was Final Fantasy.
Damn it.
But I found out there like that the singer from for a couple of the songs in the game was at Drinkin Con because all the voice actors are British, so they never come over. But the singer is American, and I was like, oh well, I'm not gonna put this in my app because he's probably doing his own thing. But then I found out afterwards that he did perform a couple of the Final Fantasy songs, and I was kind of upset that I missed that because I think it would have been really awesome to see. I made the assumption that he was doing his own thing, not video game. It was Drinkin Con. I should have realized that he was going to play to the crowd.
Yeah.
So that upset me. Jason Miller, that's his name. He does the Shadowbringers trailer opening, as well as it's the big one from Endwalker. What's it called?
I don't know.
I'm a big fan, but I can't remember the name of it. But it's like the big emotional song, and apparently he did perform that, and I missed it, and that makes me sad. A couple of my cosplay groups did not go swimmingly. They kind of, when you do a big group, coordinating at Drinkin Con does not always fall together as you would like to think. Some people are hungover. Some people have decided to do other things. Some people have just not. Yep. So
That's
my
why
costumes,
I don't do them anymore. I'm like, I'll do things with the friends that I trust.
One of the costumes I put a lot of work and effort into, many hours, and was really proud of. Did not happen as a group, and I like to do minor characters. I'm one of those people who likes to be a part of a group and likes to have a full group and not just a million of the main character. So I did a minor character which did not work on their own. So when that group fell apart, I was like, well, guess I'm not wearing this now. So that sucked. But another costume group, which kind of also we ended up missing a character for, people still I did it with my husband, and people still recognize the two of us together, and we got a couple pictures of that. So that made me happy, even though that group did not come together. So that was my sads.
All right, Danny. Sorry, Danny. Go ahead.
What group shoots did you make, Ashley? Outside of Final Fantasy?
Oh, well.
Because you said you saw me, and I'm just curious on which.
Oh, I was part of the Fire Emblem group that actually people came together for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was the Nintendo photo shoot. We had a big
that was
group presence.
That was insanely big.
That was huge. That was
I don't know if my
place.
Nintendo group or the Flags Meet Death, which of those two groups was larger, but those were both probably 150 or more.
Yeah, my understanding was that when our group leader decided to make a Fire Emblem group, they said not big enough, make something else, and then he was like, okay, let's do Nintendo.
Yeah, that was Brian.
And yeah,
Which is funny because
and
last year our Red Dead group had like 6 people, but
I mean, I
this year
feel
was
like
bigger than
changing
that.
it from Fire Emblem to Nintendo, like it just made it so big for like.
But it was a
we did
lot
it
of fun, and
at the RAV Park. I mean, it's just it was too big of a genre for that space.
well, it's not the only group that had issues out there.
yeah, Danny, you can go into your Dragon Con no, because I know you got.
I got the stories. I got the stories? So twice I got to get the cops involved at my photo shoots this weekend.
Oh wow! Okay, I want to hear this.
My first photo shoot Friday morning, the Wonder Woman group. One of my friends gets assaulted by a homeless guy.
Oh Jesus!
Physically, like groped. Got the cops involved in that. Did it quickly, did it quietly. A lot of people didn't know what happened until it went on. I know it went online because I heard from other people, and I was like, I was there. I know exactly what happened. And then my group on Saturday, this teenager ran by with one of those like smoke things that they use for gender reveal, and it was a teenager, ran up, shot it, hit two of the women. Unfortunately, it was the women turn to get their groups together and hit one young girl in the face and one young woman in the face, and they caught him. The parents of the young girl were mad, and understandably, and they caught him, and I don't know what happened with him. The other guy spent at least a day in jail before he got let out. But yeah, Ivy Park won't be being used anymore on the official photo shoot schedule.
Oh,
after
really?
This year.
Really?
Yeah, we are no longer going to be using that venue because of the issues, and Dragon Con can't, in good conscience, put it on the schedule because they can't provide safety. So
that makes
we are
me
going
worried because people are going to want to still use that space, and now that's
well,
going
if
to
they
be
do,
even
they
less
have to. They can still do that, but it'll be on their own accord.
Yeah, and it's going to be more dangerous now because there's going to be less people there.
Well, that's that's the risk of shooting in a public area.
Yeah.
And that's why. And the other issue is from a photographer standpoint, who's was going to move that Wonder Woman shoot anyway this year because Friday's not too bad, especially since that one's kind of early. But the later in the weekend, the amount of people that walk up and get in my way taking shots and the amount of overlap in groups over there is a real issue. I'm sure you saw it when we were shooting the Nintendo group, but a lot of people kept walking behind. Other people were walking up with their phones and getting in the way of me, who was trying to get the official group shots for the group, and that's an issue. So there was a lot of other issues there, but the big one now is safety. So no longer will Ivy Park be suggested, and we're working on other avenues. There are other places that we are going to find, like there's 2 other floors in the Hilton to shoot on. There's apparently a conference room that might be available. We're probably going to look at the 10th floor of the Marriott being open up again.
Yeah, that used to be used a lot, and then they took it away.
Me and Bill and some other people are in groups, and we're gonna work on redoing the shooting schedule and making suggestions to the leaders of things, because some people only need 15 minutes for their group or 30 minutes depending on the size, versus groups that are large we can do groups of 100 people in about 45 minutes if people know how to do it correctly. And between me and other directors, we can teach you how to do it. I mean, you were at the Nintendo group. We ran that really efficient because she was doing it real fast, and we knocked it out.
Yeah, she knew what she was doing.
And I did about the same with another group because the director knew what they were doing, and they were yelling it out. And I provide a megaphone. which is also very helpful when you have 100
Yes.
people.
It's very
I think,
helpful at any point, honestly.
yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
right. I
Yeah.
gave it to Tara
Yeah.
too. So
I mean,
mean,
I used to do photo shoots at Anime Con, so I
yeah.
actually bought
So
a megaphone
Also, when they
specifically
have
to do them.
They have a
even
DJ
though I
going.
had two
Yeah, at Hilton, yeah, that's a problem. Is the DJ?
two bad incidences, it did not slow my con down. It didn't wreck my convention. As far as I know, it didn't wreck it for the people. The girl who it happened to, I was in constant contact with her, and she was a little frazzled, understandably, but she was escorted pretty much the rest of the weekend. She also knew that guy was in jail for at least a night. Unfortunately, he got out, but that's overcrowding, and what are they going to do? He lives on the street. How are they going to prosecute him anyhow?
I mean, I will say this much. It's been a long time, but at Dragon Con 2013, I believe. Yeah, Dragon Con 2013. I was at the Hyatt. Or no, I'm sorry, the Marriott on the smoking deck. And this was back when they still had those planters out there on the smoking deck. And I was, not that it matters what the fuck I was wearing, but I was wearing my Starbuck BSG costume. So like BDU pants and like the BSG tanks,
Yeah.
like nothing
covered up.
revealing or whatever.
Yeah.
And I had like a shoulder bag that had stuff in it, drinks, etc., or whatever. And I set it down on the ground and I bent down to get something out of it. And some fucking dude ran up behind me and smacked my ass so hard that I almost face planted into the cement of the planter. Like the only reason I didn't is because my significant other at the time caught me. And
Whoa.
I mean, it was like, it hurt. Okay.
Yeah,
And,
I was wearing Shura from Blue Exorcist one year, which is a bikini shorts outfit from anime. But it's not even talking about men. Like a woman walked up to me, grabbed my crotch hard, and like groped with their finger up like this. And we got security,
Yeah.
but like at that point,
Jesus.
by the time security got there, it was
They were
like she
yeah.
was
Yeah,
gone.
the guy that smacked my ass,
like that happens.
my significant other and like
I was
a
pissed.
crap ton of other dudes who did not even, they were just standing around and saw it happen, like chased him down the stairs. I don't really know what happened after that. I imagine, like, I heard a lot of yelling and I was like, I ain't going down there.
Yeah, no,
But-
I just want to say, it's like you like I started yelling at this woman, and it's like people were like, "What's going on?" And it's like even if it's a woman who does it, like if you see something shit like that, go get staff, go pull someone over, because like don't just be a bystander, just do something. Don't because these people need to be caught.
I always, like I said, if you ever need someone, I walked friends back to their hotel room, like when I was staying at the Westin, and we were going, and I was covering the party at the Marriott, and walking friends back. We had this guy who was following my two go-go dancer friends who were wearing, what they wear to dance in, and this guy was starting to follow us, and I finally went, dude, you need to go. You're creeping them out. They're both taken, and you're not going to get anywhere with this. And I just, shut it down. So, I mean, my friends were shocked because they've never seen me be assertive like that. But, I did the same thing to that homeless guy who groped my friend. I went over to him, grabbed him, told him he needed to leave, and the cops were on their way, and got him away from her because he was following her after the situation, but he wasn't following her after I went and talked to him, because he didn't need to be near her. But
somebody's giving you a whole bunch of hearts for being a good dude.
Well, I did what
and
anybody should do in that situation.
I think that it's important to note that I've been going to Dragon Con since 2012, and this sort of thing has only happened to me that one time. I know these things happen. Like, of course I do. And obviously it's on Dragon Con security to take care of them when they can. In Hardy Ivy Park, that's unfortunately not really on them, but it sounds like that's not going to be allowed as like an official, photo shoot location going
I mean,
forward.
people are still going to use it. I know they will.
Yes, of course.
None of my groups, if they want me to shoot, I'm pretty much going to say, hey, if you want me to shoot your group, Hilton. That's where we're moving to. Now, if someone wants to set up something one-on-one and we meet up over there, that's completely different. That can be a little bit more controlled.
I hope the 10th floor of the Marriott gets opened again, because I think that's weird that they ever closed that off.
They're using it for volunteer space now, though.
Oh, yeah. Is that what it is?
So it's a volunteer lounge now. So I don't know if they will open it anymore, because it is completely blocked off and only for volunteers now, really.
Well, I know that they do the 501st party up there too. So we're gonna me and the guy who runs the photo shoot, many people know Bill.
Yes, sweetheart.
We love
he's
Bill.
an amazing guy. We met, I don't know when, years and years ago. I've been doing photos for so long at this point, it's just a blur. But we're gonna look at different places. We're gonna be restructuring a lot through the winter before we post up. So we're going to try to make things smoother. We're going to have where the listing for the stairs are better, because that was another issue. People didn't know what stairs that they needed to be on. People did, however, vacate when you asked them to, at least over there. I know at Ivy Park, another issue was solo people were trying to take pictures, and then a group would come over, and we would pretty much just have to kick whoever the people taking photos of. Yeah. So, but I still had a fun con.
Yeah. And on that note, Dragon Con pros, I don't want to start, so let's go with Amanda first.
Oh, God.
So what are your Dragon Con pros this year? The best things about
you meant pros as in...
Yes.
I thought you meant pro attendee.
I have been going.
I'm going to try to be that next year, Tara.
Dragon Con positives.
Are we talking about pro drinking or pro I've been going so long they should be paying me money?
Just no. Like pro like positive things that happened to you this year. Fun things you did.
This is probably going to be
or whatever.
This is going to be boring for everyone else, but I went to the.
And by the way, if Amanda mentions Tolkien, we need to.
That was number 2.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you. No, this is going to be so boring to everyone else, but I went to the 90th anniversary of the Conan the Barbarian panel.
Okay.
90th?
90th. He's been written for 90 years.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
No, seriously, I had no idea.
I went to the Conan the Barbarian photo shoot.
That's awesome. I didn't know there was one. But no, the movie. Cool.
The guy, Randy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He runs it.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
He's ran it for I don't know, 6 years, I think.
Oh, cool. I need to finally get a costume and go to it.
I'll send you a group invite. I've been shooting it the last 3 years, cool. 3 or 4 years. I don't know. I lose track. I've been so many group shoots. I don't know.
Very cool.
I did too many this year. We'll go into that later.
But yeah, that was fun. The movie is 40 years old as well. I missed that panel. I wanted to see that, but I think I was hungover in the middle of the day. Again.
That's Dragon Con.
No, that's just me.
That's Dragon.
Okay, that's Dragon.
You're not alone.
Good. I thought I had a problem again. I did do the Tolkien photo shoot. Sorry.
Oh. Yes, I knew this would be dangerous.
Yes, you knew this would be dangerous. That's probably the only time I'll say that.
I'm not walking to the kitchen.
No, that's why I brought mine with me. That was at Hard Ivy Park. That was, I believe, right before Our Flag Means Death photo shoot. So that was pretty fun.
I think I saw you guys leaving when I was walking up, because I shot that group. And I think, did you see me?
I don't think so. No, I had to leave halfway through because I almost passed out due to heat stroke and Bilbo Baggins.
I need to shoot you in that. We need to set something up.
Definitely, because
You
As
got
soon
my
as the-
number,
You guys
right?
are killing. You guys are killing me. This is
Wait,
so
sorry,
much
we
shit
need
I
to
have
stop.
to catch out of the.
Yeah.
Your edit out of the.
We need to stop, and we need to.
Stop being too personal.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
I mean, I did that with you when you lived closer.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I-
Okay, so
so
How many
there's
more
the-
years we got to?
and all the swag and seek stuff I found, which I apparently found a lot of it. I mean, a lot of it.
I did
Most
a
of
I'm
first-
it.
jealous. I found so much last year and like none this year.
Oh, I found
Oh, I
so much
found a
this year. I
great
was
amount
drunk
this
off my
year, but-
ass. It was great.
I didn't get much this year at all. I didn't find any, and everything that I got was from like a trade of me giving
Oh.
something, and somebody's like, "Oh, I have something for you," and I kept my stuff up here to share some of my favorite things.
I
So,
I did more than I ever did because I was just two girls who that's what they wanted to do, and we had fun.
Cool.
mine's in my bedroom. My beluga is in my bedroom.
Wait, was the beluga a swag and seek from?
No, it was not.
these were-
It
That
was
would've been
just,
cool.
it was just a drunk post aquarium party purchase. This is my beluga whale. I'll talk about him in a minute. I can't give you his
He's a
name.
pro. He's a
That's
pro,
fine.
right?
Pro, yeah.
He's a
Yeah,
pro. Oh,
I
he is
tried to sleep. I tried to sleep with him, and my dog keeps trying to eat him, so I can't sleep with him.
Oh,
Okay, so anyway, Amanda, so
was-
Tolkien
yeah.
photo shoot, 90 year
Yeah.
Conan panel, and what else?
The swag and seek stuff I found drunk off my ass. Not sober, but completely drunk, and oh wow.
that's the way.
I bowed to your swag and seek finding abilities because this year I found like compared to last year, I found so much good shit last year, and this year I didn't.
We don't know how I didn't kill myself and make it back to the room safely, so that's still a big question.
You didn't die of a drunk.
I was wearing 2-inch heels half the time too, so we're really surprised I didn't kill myself.
That's hardly anything. 2 inches? Come on. Control yourself.
I know.
That's not two.
I love you so much for
Oh, that's
control
3. I'm
yourself.
sorry, that's 3. I don't know. They're huge heels.
I agree. I never wear heels anymore, ever. But also, then I wore open-toed sandals, and somebody stepped on my big toe on
Hear
my
you,
left
Ashley.
foot and
That was-
broke. They tore off
Ooh.
half my toenail, so that was
Oh,
fun
yeah.
on Thursday night. The
Wow.
whole rest of the weekend, every time I put my foot into a shoe, I was like, ow, 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 ow,
Oh, wow.
ow.
Oh, I was wearing Birkenstocks the entirety of Friday with the Bilbo Baggins costume. It's like, screw it. Oh, one more thing.
Ashley, we can't hear you.
Yeah, Ashley, we
muted.
can't hear you. You're
You're
muted or
mute. You're
something.
mute.
Ashley, we can't hear you.
Okay, I was just saying, like, I choose costumes based on the shoe situation
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
days.
I forgot the most important thing.
Does this mean we're old?
I got to
Yes.
meet John Howe.
Yes, we are.
Yes, I knew. I was wondering when you'd bring that up.
I met John Howe. I
Who was John Howe again?
He is the. Here we go. Just get your glasses ready. He is the big an artist that they did a lot of the storyboards from Lord of the Rings from. He's been doing artwork since the 80s. He's done a lot of Beowulf stuff, Lord of the Rings, the entirety of Tolkien.
I'm counting that as one.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone Friday night heard me bragging about that for a very long time. My mom got to deal with me calling her. I was completely drunk for 5 minutes talking about I met John House and all the photos, and she's like, just shut up and let me go to sleep. You know what? It's 1 a.m. here. It's like, oh, wait, what? That's even with the time difference.
All right, so Dragon Con pros. You know what? Let's go Danny this time since you had some kind of
I mean, I had shenanigans, but I didn't let it get me. I moved on. We worked through it. We had it. We dealt with it, and I shot I think 20 groups or so. That does not include the solo stuff that I got in between. That does not include the parties, the 2 that I covered. So
Which parties were they?
I covered the bunny hutch and the rave. She asked.
I did ask.
Otherwise-
Oh, witch
hate
rave.
you.
There are so many.
The
Was it the
one
game?
the one Saturday morning from
Oh.
like 3 something in the morning.
So Friday night going into
No.
Saturday.
It was Sunday
I-
morning, Saturday
Okay.
night.
I wish the
Not
Bunny
the one
Hutch
I
wasn't
went
as
to.
popular as it is.
The
because
one that-
I'd like to go
There we go.
more, but it's
The
just
one with
such a
like
long
20
lineup.
dancers. Cool.
That's
The
photo.
one with like 20 dancers on stage where they were
Oh, wow.
like had lasered up LED lights.
That's
heavy.
another sad thing, and I didn't get to go to any of the parties this year.
So, well, I cover that one, so I get to be in the nice little safe area and go backstage and sit down when I need to and drink water. It's fun. I I get there early. I know how to do things now. I used to wait in the line to get in there. I don't have to do that. I'm on the list. I know what to do now. I've learned. Makes life easier. But I had a lot of fun. I took a lot of pictures. I met new friends, saw old friends, missed one in this group. Jenna, I'm sorry we did not see each other. I'm really sad. I wanted some of your swag. So, and apparently me and Ashley saw each other from a distance when I took her picture, but we didn't actually talk.
No, we did. You told me about the issues at Ivy Park. I was probably wearing a wig and cosplay, so
I have gotten to a point, and I will just be honest on here. When someone knows who I am at the convention and they're in costume and I
was
don't
with
recognize
Tara.
them, even it doesn't matter. I will talk to you. I will say hi. I will give you a hug. I will greet you, and I'll take a selfie with you, and then I will hope that you will tag the selfie, and then I'll go, that's who I talked to.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
Ashley, you say you were with me, but like again, you are cosplay like
I would have been in a wig.
Tara has
Yeah.
hung out with me
Ashley
before.
puts on the right makeup and a wig, and it's like an entirely like different
Well, and
person.
that's part of the problem, definitely cosplay, and I don't recognize everybody in their outfits. But Tara, you have hung out with me, and the plethora of people, and Amanda's been around me before too at con. The amount of people that I know that know me that just assume
It's
that
a
I
lot.
recognize them all the time. I just don't have that functioning brain.
It's really good that we didn't make the whole Danny talking about how many people he knows.
That's
Yeah,
next
we'd be-
year,
we'd
isn't
be
it?
drunk.
Oh my
Next
god,
year.
next year.
Next
That's
time.
next year. We're
Next
all dead.
time. It'll be so,
Uh.
serious.
But I did
any
have
other pros? Just having fun, doing all
I
your
had
photo
I had
shoots.
fun. I took a lot of photos, made new friends, and I'll be posting them hopefully
Did
within
you
the
come
next 2 months.
To the 2.5 Strikes party.
Yes,
he
he
was
did.
there for a hot
He was.
second.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
why.
got-
Yeah, I hugged you there.
yeah, that was the only
That was
time
a
that
con
like
for
we
me. I
talked.
didn't get to make
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's the one time
Yeah.
I thought that I was going to see you too.
No, I remember
that-
that. Oh,
Not
You
making,
probably
not making.
did.
Sorry, people who are listening to this live or as a podcast. This is a private party that we have. Okay.
Played it before.
It's a private party that we have. Okay, so Ashley, your pros.
Well, we're gonna drink a lot because we're gonna talk about Final Fantasy.
That's okay. I'm gonna bow out for a second and use the bathroom.
Oh.
Drink.
Oh,
I finished mine.
oh,
I
okay.
had to
So,
make a new one. That's why I was on mute.
everyone's just gonna leave while I talk about this. I get that.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm
Here,
not-
I'm
staying.
here
I'm
for
not
this.
leaving.
I'm here for this.
5-second rule. As long as you drink once, you're good for like the next 10 minutes or something.
Yeah, mine tastes
so,
funny.
my husband and I are the only ones in our friends group that are really, really, really into this fandom. Final Fantasy 14. So we did our own thing. He had his own costume. He is tall. Therefore, when he dresses up as a character, he is popular. So we went to the 2 photo shoots. Both they had one on Friday and Saturday. It was a Square Enix photo shoot. So they did kind of like by game. And I was very pleasantly surprised to see that Final Fantasy 14 had on the Friday, it was the biggest turnout, and I was dressed in Final Fantasy 14 that day. And then on the Saturday, it and Final Fantasy 7 were kind of neck and neck as to which was most popular. So, I mean, as an MMO, that kind of gets like kind of pushed to the shitter. Like, people don't really talk about it when they talk about Final Fantasy. It really made me happy to see how popular it was, because like I you know, it feels like the ugly stepsister of the Final Fantasy group, because it's an MMO. So therefore Final Fantasy fans don't play that game because they're too busy playing their single player or whatever. But for the Saturday, I was not in Final Fantasy that day. I only had one costume, but he had two. And the second day he was in his fancy Emmett Silk, full, like I made part of it and to make it good costume, and it was really nice. And like we were like, and there were a lot of people who were also there from the Friday, and we were kind of like talking and chilling and whatnot. And like I just brought some signs with me. I did not expect. I brought this sign. People who
Read it out
know.
loud. Read it out loud.
Have you heard of the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV with an expansion free trial, which you can play through the entirety of A Realm Reborn and the award-winning, it's good, Heavensward expansion up to level 60 free with no restrictions on playtime? I brought this sign, and it was probably my most popular cosplay the entire time at Drinkin Con. So many people came up
obviously
to me.
always make Drinkin Con cosplay. Like, honestly.
So many people.
Hold
wanted
on.
the
Is the
picture,
sign
me
a cult
holding this
now?
sign up. They wanted they were just them and their character pointing to this sign so they could show it to their friends, being like, "Hey, I'm not crazy."
I think
I
you
mean,
just started a cult. Congratulations.
it is a cult in Final Fantasy 14. That's a meme that has just gone on. I actually what is it? Oh, my tag thing. It was one of the tag things I got was like that is a meme, that whole blurb. So it was my most popular cosplay, was holding up that sign. It made me so happy. I also, because I'm a nerd, made a Xenos chicken. There's a thing in Final Fantasy where they were like, there's a barnyard thing. It'll take too long to explain. But this is Xenos chicken, and people liked him. That also made me happy.
Wait, wasn't the Xenos chicken from Final Fantasy VII?
No, this is definitely a 14 thing. It just
Okay, never mind.
It was based on them streaming a barnyard thing for a new feature they were putting in game, which was kind of like an Animal Crossing feature where you kind of take care of animals. So they decided to stream a barn, and there was a particular rooster that became very popular that people decided was Xenos. And so people started making fan art of Xenos as this rooster. So I made a rooster.
We might have to drink again.
Yeah. We're probably
right here
at that point.
An animal interruption. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Oh, I was more just thinking, Ashley.
We're over the 5-second rule on the Final Fantasy.
So I'm just gonna go.
Here we go.
I'm gonna go with this. All right.
Fine.
So also, Keith, my husband, who is also really hot, and I love him pretty much, was dressed as like the sex symbol of this game series.
He always does this. BT does.
Yeah.
For anybody listening to this as a webcast, as a podcast, Ashley's husband is very attractive and has this pendants for dressing up as super attractive characters that people like. What was it? Drinkin Con 2016 when he did David Bowie from the Labyrinth. Yeah, Jareth. Like,
you can walk 5
Was
seconds.
he at the Nintendo shoot?
Yes, as Emmett Selk from Final Fantasy.
He just does this, and he is the most like introverted person you have ever met. And yet, wait, who did he do from Undertale? Because he also did somebody from
he's
Undertale.
in Megatron or Mega something.
Now I'm gonna have to go and look at my Nintendo group photos and try to find you guys.
Right?
Yeah, I'm saying the wrong name, but it's Mega.
No. I'm trying to think of Undertale.
It's the rope. He does these flamboyant
Yes.
much beloved characters, and I love them for it because I enjoy watching the attention. But on Saturday he was in like the full Emmett Silk regalia, and I put so much more effort into making his costume than I did into mine, so I was like really happy to see him getting that attention. And after the photo shoot was done, randomly, because the Hilton, they have DJs, randomly a dance party just kind of broke out of the Final Fantasy cosplayers. And like Nami was there with us, our roommate. She was dressed as a dancer from Final Fantasy. So
cool.
This person dressed up as Yida got Nami into doing it, and then Keith got into it. Anyways, a dance party broke out at the Final Fantasy photo shoot, and it was hilarious because everyone was just kind of like step dancing, like they did Footloose, and they were like it was a Dragon Con moment. I'm sorry, this is me just getting overly excited, but it was a Dragon Con moment, and it made my weekend because like we spent a lot of our time in a room. We were really tired. We had not done Dragon Con for 2 years. We were taking it easy. We weren't going to like drive ourselves insane trying to get to like panel. We were just kind of taking it easy, not doing a lot of costume, because usually I do like 10 cosplays in a Dragon Con weekend, like 2 every day plus some rave outfits. Like I am a cosplayer usually. This year I did like 4, so I was taking it easy, not doing a lot of things, spent a lot of time in the room kind of relaxing because I am an introvert. You can't tell right now because I'm talking about Final Fantasy. Introverts get hyper-focused on those things.
I have a question. How many times do we have to drink for how many times?
Oh,
No. We have
Bottle. Just drink a bottle at this point.
I mean, honestly, like, I personally loved you and Keith and Nami being just bed goblins all weekend. Because I was running around like crazy, and every time I came back to the room, it was like I get more Hilton drama or Sheraton drama maybe, and like there's always somebody in the room that I can talk to as I'm like I have like an hour to do whatever I need to do like before I prep for my next panel, because I had 0 time to prep for any of my panels pre-Dragon Con this year. That's an entirely different story.
I am much more of a go person at con, but because Keith was like, oh well, me.
Excuse me.
I was kind of holding back this year because I didn't want to push him into doing things. And I was just kind of like, okay, we're going to take a year, relax, we're just going to take it easy. And I mean, this ended up being the best part. It was just, the Final Fantasy 14 community at Dragon Con was awesome. They wanted pictures with my chicken. They wanted pictures with my son. They wanted pictures with my husband. It was good.
I mean, of course they wanted pictures. It's just like,
of course they wanted pictures with the chicken. It's a chicken. Everyone wants pictures with a chicken.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry, that was a rant that just happened.
I know you deserved it. You deserved it.
Like if you see those memes about introverts getting hyper focused on something, and then when you talk about their topic, that's what happened. That is what happened.
All right, Jenna, your Dragon Con pros.
There's so many this year.
Yay!
Narrow it down to
so
like less
many.
than 5, like 5 or less. That's all I ask. 5 or less.
Okay, so I know that I said that I wasn't going to make new Dragon Con friends, but that was a lie because this is the first year that like I really went hard into, forgive me, but drink, swag, and seat. So, Hera, I think the highlight for me was the Pulse Bar tables. There was the one guy who was just giving out the free candy the whole time. That. I kept like running into him, and it was so great. Like I
thought you knew him. Like when we ran into him on Sunday, I thought you knew him, and I was like, "This is cool. This is fine." And then I was like, "No, this is maybe a little weird." Like
So I mean, I make friends easily, you know that,
Yes,
Tara,
of
because
course.
otherwise we wouldn't be friends. But no, I met him just kind of talking about swag and seeing all the stuff out, because people like those tables to leave things out, and so we just started talking, and like I gave things. So I had met him the day prior to like us going out there as us, and yeah, no, really, really, really nice. And so again, all the things that I got, the candy I ate, so I can't show you like the candy that I got. However, I didn't get a lot of swag this year for myself. It was more about giving for me. But Tara, you'll appreciate this. This is my favorite ribbon that I didn't even put it on my badge because it's my favorite ribbon. Look, Tara, come on, eyes up.
What is it?
Hold it up closer.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's cute. That's awesome.
Well, I love that ribbon. I also have another one that I really, really liked. It was from Stranger Things. It says "Friends Don't Lie." Love that one. And then the cutest thing ever is like for me is trying to find so I really want the children to like get into swag and seek because I love that they're fostering it young. And I remember finding a family of Jurassic Park, and I went up to him and I was like, I had dinosaurs on me because I was just wearing a regular dinosaur dress, but I had dinosaurs to give out because it matched my dress, because why not? And they were like, we don't have swag to give you for today that matched like our outfit, but they gave me their pirate tokens for the next day, and I was like, oh my god, this is great. So I love that. And I also made a friend who didn't know that I have a like serious love of Doctor Who, and they gave me a 3D printed TARDIS, which I have. I mean, I can make these, but being gifted them is so much better than making it. So I love that. And then somebody clearly knew that I guess I drank, and I drank beer because I got a key. And best part is this is what best thing ever. So I love my swag. I'm sorry, Danny, that you did not get to, get any swag. If you DM me
No, I didn't
later.
get swag from you. I got
I
swag.
no, my swag. But
Yeah.
DM me later. Let's discuss, and I will make. So like
What we'll do, we will exchange
fine.
cell phone
Excuse me.
numbers, even though I think you might have mine. I don't know if I saved
I
yours.
may I may from 2021 room stuff. I may
2019.
have 19. Was it 19, not 21?
It was 19.
Everything's blurring together.
It's
Sorry.
okay. I remember because it's
Look
the
at it
only year
before
I'd
time.
stayed in the Hilton.
In the
Um,
before times.
Hyatt.
Hyatt. It's
The
the only year I
Hyatt is
stayed in the
superior
Hyatt.
to the Hilton. Let's just like get that out there again.
No, not when
Um,
you have photo shoots. It's way more convenient for me to be in that hotel.
You know,
I mean, you
I
say that
did
as a
reserve-
person who is staying on a floor above the 8th floor. Just saying.
Oh yeah, I was on the 17th floor, but
Yeah.
or no, was it 19th? It was
do have to
19th floor,
say, though,
and I walked those steps all the way up 2 different times, and I found out when you walk up that many flights of stairs, your legs turn your calves turn into jello when you get on the floor, and then when you get to your hotel room, you almost have to vomit the second time you do it.
Yeah, I don't know how you
living-
did 19 stairs. That's pretty.
Try
I can
living
do like
I mean, that's
9.
in a
why
house with
I have
stairs for
rules.
years. You get used to it. And but you get used to it.
I have rules about where I will stay in what hotel, and it has to deal with how quickly the elevators can get you there, and then how many floors you have to hike to make it a quick elevator thing. So like with the Marriott, I love the fact that like staying on the 11th, 12th, or like 9th and 8th, like you just go to the 10th and walk it. Like
Yeah.
that one's great. This year I had a bougie floor because we have really good friends. So we all stayed on the concierge lounge floor. So 42nd for the win. I got free Coke Zero for the weekend. It was amazing. That was a pro for sure.
That's
I mean, or you could just stay
wow,
on the
that's awesome.
on the con suite floor.
I mean, you could, but like the Hyatt doesn't love me enough, even as much as I've tried to beg getting closer to Tara every year. They go, no, we don't like you that much. You still get a parade route, but no, we don't like you.
You got to get there super early on Wednesday. That's all I got to say.
Mutual friend of
really. Sorry,
a few of
go ahead.
ours. No, you're fine. I'm sorry to interrupt you. A mutual friend of a few of ours has actually told me where to find the service elevator in the Hilton. It's yeah.
Yeah,
and
I used
I've
that a
used
few times, but I felt
me
guilty
too.
every time I used it.
Yeah,
So I did take the stairs twice.
You just have to ask.
Impaired.
Well, not ask. Excuse me. You just have to, pretend you know what you're doing. It's like, yeah, I'm going to. A
Oh no, it
conference
totally
level.
worked. As much as
But,
I
yeah.
carry, I look important with a megaphone, a camera, a backpack, and my beard. Badge beard is what they call
Your
them.
beard.
No, my badge beard. That's what they call it when you have a lot, apparently.
Your beard. Okay, you know what? Thank you for saying this because a lot of us cannot grow beards, and we have tried for years and years for cosplay, but we just can't. Thank you, Danny.
I have a really,
Lord.
and I have a particularly soft beard, so.
All right.
Stop
So,
rubbing
Jenna,
it
the rest of your pros.
So Pro is getting Tara to the aquarium. Like, that was amazing. I do have to say, like,
Did you have
so the
BMP
aquarium
as well?
for me has been stale because I've gone so many years and had lots of issues with drama and stuff like that. But this year was amazing, and I'm glad that I bit the bullet and we went. So that was a huge pro. And I will say also, like, without divulging so much, but like, no personal drama this year. Amazing. Like, this was one of the best years for me. So the things that I miss were just not getting enough time doing some of the things that I really enjoyed and not getting like the photos to capture how good this year was for me. So I very like this rivals the year I met Tara. So because
we will
the
set
year
up
that
a
I
shoot
met,
next year.
oh my God, I have some really good squirrel girl shoots that you need to
Damn
see, like,
it!
from other people. I know you
Damn
gotta drink.
shit.
Sorry.
I just took a drink.
That's on
I'm
you.
sorry. But also, so Tara, I'm gonna put you on the spot really quick because I found some things. And so I totally think that you should give some prizes away tonight or through the next week as people watch things. Because I found earrings.
Ooh,
I still have some Marriott
fancy.
earrings.
Ooh.
I want
Yeah.
those.
I will make you a set of your own. Just DM me and remind me and then give me your address. I also have, for people who don't wear earrings, I have car coasters.
Oh, cute.
I'll send you my address for those.
So I have to attach it, but this is a keychain.
Is
So I
that
have
is that silicone or what's the material?
Which one?
Resin? The earrings?
No, the earrings are wood actually. They're
Really? Oh wow,
wood.
those are beautiful.
Yeah, so and they're lightweight. So I actually have you have 4 things that you can give away to people. And
All right.
you can,
I'm just going to say, if anyone watching this live, if anyone is watching this live,
Still.
first person to email a geekssaga@gmail.com will get Jenna's Marriott carpet swag.
Ooh, fancy.
and so I'll make more. I've also decided that I bring too little swag, so 600 isn't enough.
Wow, that's
so I'm gonna bring. Do we want to sip right now, or are we good?
We're good. I'm out.
I'm gonna bring like 500 plushes next year.
Oh shit!
Is my goal. I brought 200 this year. I'm gonna bring 500 next year. I'm gonna probably make my own ribbons.
You're gonna set a bag aside for Danny.
For Danny, I will put your name on it.
Bags too, please.
I will put your name on it. I'll also put it on, for Candy Guy and the Marriott. Like, we'll figure it out. Because I know my ass and I'm not going to make it to a party. Let's just be honest. I'm not going to make it to a swag exchange. I'm going to be down in the Marriott again on Sunday night going, who wants stuff?
And just talking to that people. Yay. No, I was giving away dwarf treasure in my Bilbo Baggins cosplay all day Friday. Oh yeah. That was
Can I, can I share a sad story from a previous year real quick?
Oh, I'm sorry. And yes.
Very quickly.
Very quickly. So there was a 2.5 strikes party where Tara wanted a lot of rupees for her party because it was a link one.
Yeah.
I've
And
got
so
We
some
have
of those.
rupees every year.
2018.
Oh yeah, I
Sorry.
remember this.
Okay, so I also made some for myself because I did a bunny link and it was amazing. Like I even had like the whole shield and it was a speaker so I could play music that my
Oh,
husband helped me with.
nice.
That's awesome.
So it was amazing. I want to bring it back when I lose enough weight, but you know, that's here nor there. But there was a girl that I met in the bathroom and it was like, hey, I have you think about because and she's like, I don't know about this. I've never done this before. And I gave her one. It's a 3D printed PLA, like plastic rupee, gave it to her straight in the mouth. And I was like, oh my God, I have lots of questions. Don't do that.
It's
and what
dangerous
do
to
you
go
think I
along. Take
give you? Like, she thought that they were a rupee and she was going to take it. And I
Oh
was
boy.
like, no. Like, do I have to shake? Like, I have
your
learned
sound is kinda-
do not do pretty gem colored things unless they are like edible. Like so, next time I do rubies, if they're pretty, they're gonna be like gummies
I don't
because
think that's a,
clearly people are children and they will just put it in their mouths.
I
So
don't think that's legal in the state of Georgia unless you have a license. But yeah, that's about right. But no, I remember those rupees because I was
I
giving them out to
jealous
people the
shots
next
for
year.
my friends.
Oh, I still have a ton.
I've got-
I want to add to the pros, like the badges this year. I got so many badges.
Oh no!
Oh,
Next
God.
year, I'm
I got
totally.
so few. Like
23.
last year, I had so many, and this year I was
23.
like,
If you really want this one, Tara, I'll save it for you because this reminded me
like,
of you that I didn't
some
put it on
fandoms
anything.
are just,
If it makes you feel better, Tara,
Were you at a lot of
23,
photo shoots?
but
though?
half of them went through my
A few
washing
photo
machine, so I had to
shoots.
tape them to each other.
So
Because I got most of mine from photo shoots.
Me too.
yeah, I got
Like, what?
I got
this
a couple from
this is
photo
on both
shoots.
sides, and I've
Hold on.
got to super glue it.
Next
'Cause
year,
this
I'm
part-
definitely
super
making
gluing
them
mine.
for the Red Dead photo
Okay.
shoot.
Yeah,
Did
I
anyone-
plan to make some of my own next year.
Okay,
because-
there
Me
was
too.
someone from
got
the
excited.
Hilton who literally was hanging them down like
Three
they were
stories.
Rapunzel. There was like 100 of them.
Okay,
It's like,
I
Jesus,
went to
that
the
was awesome.
art show, and the time that I went there happened to be at the badge ribbon meetup, and people were just like giving them out, and I was like, no, I didn't
Wait,
earn
what?
these.
Yeah,
These
no, I
badges.
got
These are
mine
just like
through-
random badges.
Organic
I
badges
preferred
versus
to
meetup
have
badges.
badges that were
Ribbons.
actually from the fandoms I was a part of,
Mm.
rather than these ones where they're just kind of like random sayings or whatever. I don't like those ones. But like the people who bring them to the photo shoots who are like, this is specifically for this photo shoot for this fandom, and like it, like when you got one of those ones, you're like, I am a part of this group. It means
Yeah.
it means something, and it's like awesome to feel a part, to be included. Like I'm gonna do it next year because like it feels special.
I'm
when
gonna
you get
make.
those ones.
Go ahead.
Go
Jenna.
ahead,
You've
sorry.
Been, you've been waiting
Next
longer.
year, Tara. No, it's fine. Next year, Tara, I'm gonna make you a mushroom badge, and I'm gonna make you an iceberg lounge badge, and I'm gonna make a Hilton flooding badge for you,
Flood
and you can
badge.
just hand them out at your party. Like
We're just gonna have special 2.5 strikes badges next
Yeah,
year.
we're gonna have that.
So
fine.
I'll make those too. So Trace and I have already decided, like, we're gonna make probably I think probably 1,000 badges to give out between the two of us, but they'll be like 100 each, so 10 different ones, because those are so easy to do.
Give me
compared
the
to other
website
things.
where I can get those cheap, because I've got to make 3 different ones. I've got to make one that says your group was shot by Danny Hunter.
I love
You
it.
got a Danny Hunter selfie, and then the random people I meet, like in the Marriott and wherever where I take their picture, you got your picture taken by Danny Hunter. So I'm gonna have to make 3. I'm gonna make 3 different colors.
There's 2 or 3 really good websites for them, so I'll share those with you later, Danny.
Because somebody
Also,
told me a
somebody has
price.
already
Chat
emailed
has them
me
too.
about Jenna's Marriott Carpet swag. So Jenna, I'll send you that address as soon as I
Okay.
get it.
But
Okay.
Okay.
back
The
to what
other thing I wanted to mention, I forgot to mention during my pluses, History of Westeros, which is the Game of Thrones podcast, a Song of Ice and Fire podcast. They held an offsite event, which is not a Dragon Con event, but they held it themselves. They went out of their way to book this theater, and they played the recent episode of House of the Dragon and the one before it, and they also had a cosplay competition in between the 2 episodes, and it was amazing. And like, that's one of those things that I really love about Dragon Con and about cons in general, is when people, the fandom comes together and they're like, yeah, this is a group of fans for this one thing, and we're going to make our own thing. We're going to make it special. And they went out of their way. They did it out of their own pocket or whatever, and held an event for people of the specific fandom to go and enjoy together as a group. Unfortunately, I know Tara was not able to attend because she was doing her other really awesome event,
Which I will talk about when I actually get to talk about my pros eventually.
But I mean, that was really awesome that because I was not a Red Dead person, that I did not go to that. But instead I went to this Game of Thrones thing, and it was really awesome for people who are fans of Game of Thrones, specifically A Song of Ice and Fire, House of the Dragon. Got to do this one thing off-site, which was not, again, related to Dragon Con at all. It was History of Westeros that put it on out of their own time and money and whatnot. And it was really awesome to just go to the theater and see the episode with a whole bunch of people who were just fans of that same show, and it was awesome. So I just wanted to give props to that.
Yeah, I mean, I give props to them for hosting that. I'm really sad I had to miss it, but also not in a way.
Animal interruption.
Here's where I get to talk about my Dragon Con pros, finally. So, Jesus. Honestly, this was a really good Dragon Con for me. First of all, I got to go to the aquarium finally, and Jenna's husband, Trace, bought me Mr. Mayonnaise, my beluga whale.
That's awesome.
He won't let me.
Mayonnaise. I love
Mr.
it.
Mayonnaise.
He won't let me pay him back for Mr. Mayonnaise because, like, I only brought cash to. I only brought cash to the aquarium because I was only planning on tipping people. And I get in line drunk, right? Drunk. Because VIP, by the way, VIP for the aquarium is top.
As someone
right?
who has done aquarium as a regular person, I do not recommend it. Go VIP.
No. Yeah, it was so worth the money. It was worth getting in super quick. It was worth the drinks. I didn't eat any of the food. I'm sure that was fine too. But like for me, I was like, free drinks, and then we got to go around the aquarium and everything. And I literally never been to the Atlanta Aquarium, despite living like 2.5 hours from it for the better part of the last 15 years.
If you live here, you can go free on your birthday. Just FYI.
I know, but I don't. So
Georgia citizens.
So, like we went to the aquarium, and as much as I was annoyed about the fact that they didn't allow the people to have tip jars, whatever, being VIP was great. So A++ aquarium VIP, and also A++ to my beluga whale, Mr. Mayonnaise. And like little personal story, when I was a kid, I went to I can't remember if it was the Mystic Aquarium or the Cape Cod Aquarium, but it was somewhere in New England, right? And they had a beluga whale that had like washed up on shore that they'd saved. And it was like the only whale they had was this one beluga whale, and they couldn't return it back to the wild for some reason. So I've been in love with beluga whales my entire life. So when we're in the VIP area, they've got the beluga whale aquarium like right there, and they're all just chilling. And then we're leaving, and I'm like, obviously I need a beluga whale. So this is Mr. Mayonnaise, my best friend beluga whale. He's going to be making TikToks soon, honestly.
That's awesome.
I love him so much. He's very soft. He has a little hole in his head. It's a little weird, but
it's his yeah.
So that was amazing. But also, like, I didn't see it on person, but seeing the season 8 Jaime Lannister on Dragon Con TV.
That was
was
the
hilarious.
best. Does
The
anyone
Matt
know
Trade?
if he won for that? Because he did.
He did not.
He did a couple of.
He did not.
did the page to stage, and
But-
then the yeah, he did a couple, I think. Because
But
that was
Oh, the
also,
Matt
like,
Trade, he
honestly,
did
it
not,
was
but that was
literally just a
amazing.
pile of bricks with a golden
his-
hand sticking out of it. And we were all in the room when it came on Dragon Con TV. I don't know if it was I don't know if it was live. I honestly
was
don't
the
remember.
live
I think
Matt
it
Trade on
was.
Sunday.
I think we were
Yeah.
just
But
happened
his-
to
Yeah.
be there at the right time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was amazing.
All right,
And we
Kara,
were in a
that's-
room
that's
full
why I missed
of
your party.
Ice and Fire fans. We were just
We,
like, all of us are total nerds for Ice and Fire,
Yeah.
and then we see that, and the room just
our
exploded.
room wanted to watch
Um,
that, but then Jedi came on, and we somehow ended up watching Jedi.
And
I
then
don't
when I ran the Red Dead photo shoot, which, by the way, thank you, Danny, again for the use of your amazing megaphone, because like the guy who had run the Red Dead shoot in past years was gonna let me borrow his, but as much as I appreciate and love that, yours was way better. So
I
there
went,
were
I
a
went top
group-
dollar last year when I bought that. I
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna get one with a rechargeable battery, a little speaker thing, and yeah,
it was amazing.
it was.
But at the Red Dead photo shoot, sorry, drink, there was a group of Chelonians, and they're like a cult in Red Dead 2 that appears for like a half a second, right? But there were 3 guys just dressed as Chelonians at the Red Dead photo shoot, and I was just like, this is the thing you see at Dragon Con, right? Particularly after last year
Obscure.
when
Yeah,
right.
the
Particularly
most
after
obscure
last year
stuff
when there were
on
literally
the
6 of us at the Red Dead photo shoot. And I know the reason there were more this year is because there were actually Red Dead guests, but I was super excited about that.
How many people were at that? Was there? I
Like
think there was like
30
20.
something? No, it was like 30 something.
Was it 30? I don't know.
Yeah.
I can still. I mean, that was large for you guys, but that was my quick, easy group shoot. So.
But also
Maybe group.
on Sunday night, I got to host a game show called Blackwater Squares, and you don't have to drink for this, honestly. I'm gonna mention Red Dead.
I'm gonna
so many
drink
times.
anyways.
I'm gonna mention Red Dead so many
Want
times in
to.
the next 5
We're
minutes.
supporting you.
Probably drink anyway too. I was so Sunday
But-
night. I was too good. Sunday night.
But
I'm sorry you missed it.
Yeah, I wish I could
it was
drink
very long. It was like 2 hours long,
Ooh,
and about
nice.
an hour into it, somebody was like, the Red Dead guys who were 3 of the 9 squares need to leave, and I was like, oh God, okay. How am I going to do this out of that? They stayed of their own accord.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So they were enjoying themselves so much, as far as I could tell. Like, I don't know why else they would have stayed, that they stayed. So we had a nearly 2-hour long Hollywood Squares style game, which also, if you are into Red Dead, you can check out my Geek Saga podcast. I believe it's episode 6.
I want to see that because
Yeah,
Me
it's
too.
it's just a
curious.
recording, right? So it's not visual, but I
That's
believe
fine.
it's.
I
episode
want to see
4.
Nami being adorable.
Oh, I know. Nami. Everybody fucking loves Nami, of course. We all love Nami. But so we had the 3 Red Dead guests who were Rob Wheathoff, who's the voice of John Marston, Roger Clark, who's the voice of Arthur Morgan, and Benjamin Byron Davis is the voice of Dutch. And then we had Mark Meir, the voice of Commander Shepard from
I'm
Mass
friends with
Effect.
him. He's awesome.
Yo,
Yeah, he
he is so laid back.
I-
And cool. And then
I forgot a pro.
we had Greg Hauser, who's another voice actor. He hasn't voiced any video game characters, but the voice acting he does is very prominent, but I could never tell you what it all is because it's a lot of like commercial stuff. And then Allison Carrier, who is, I believe, like a video game developer, and another guy named Sean Copeland, who is like a lore master for Blizzard. And then we had Nami, our friend, our all of our mutual friend, who we know and love, Nami, who is hilarious and perfect.
And is like this
adorable.
amazing extrovert pixie girl who is
Yes.
just like,
you will never meet a better
glitter.
person, honestly.
Yeah.
BFF, I love her so much. And then we had Cricket, who was like a volunteer for the video game track that got dragged into this last minute. And we were like, how do we introduce you? And they were like, I don't know, just Cricket. So I introduced all these people with all their titles and stuff. And at the end, I'm like, and Cricket. And people kept calling on Cricket, and poor Cricket was like, I don't fucking know what I'm doing. Like, and people kept calling on them because they were like, whatever square they were in was just constantly in the square people needed to like get their tic-tac-toe, right? Because that's what Hollywood Squares is. You're trying to win tic-tac-toe.
He was in the stealing square the whole time.
Yeah, but regardless, it was just an amazing experience. Like, every single part of that, it was one of the best experiences of my life. And then when it was over, like, we were hanging out with the people, the squares for a while, and so got to take pictures with the actors and stuff, which I already had met Roger Clark and Benjamin Bimendaris at a previous convention, and I'd met Rob Wheathoff the day before in my Sadie cosplay and everything. But Rob Wheathoff is wearing just like a baseball cap, right? And Nami is wearing a pink cowboy hat that she bought on Amazon for like $5 because she was like, I'm gonna go play Barbie like horse girl game as a joke, right? And we're taking pictures after the fact, and Rob is like, can we switch hats? And Nami's like, yeah, sure. And so they switch hats, and he's like, can I keep this? And she's like, yeah, whatever, it's $5 on Amazon. He's like, you can keep my hat.
I love these Drinkin Con moments.
I mean, like,
So, like, I got to bring home Rob Wheathoff's baseball cap to my husband, who is super obsessed with Rob Wheathoff's character, John Marston. Like, just everything about this night was just chef's kiss. But to be honest, like, even before that, the day before, I got to moderate the Red Dead guest panel. Sorry, guys. And I missed seeing myself on Dragon Con TV because I was at the aquarium. But so I posted on my Facebook, I was like, can people just take pictures of me on Dragon Con TV? Like, I know this is the dumbest, like, just super weirdest thing I've ever asked people to do, but like 10 different people took pictures of me on Dragon Con TV because, like, I missed it. But all I wanted was like a picture of me being on Dragon Con TV because I have been a pro at Dragon Con since 2018. Before that, I have been on God knows how many panels from my very first Dragon Con, I was on a Game of Thrones panel. I had never been to this convention before, and they let me on a, Game of Thrones fan panel, right? I worked a lot to get to this point where I am not just a pro, but I'm sorry,
you're trusted with their people.
Mm-hmm. And I just like, I didn't really know that I was going to be on Dragon Con TV, and I know it's such a stupid thing to be stupidly excited about.
No, it's not. That's amazing.
Big. It's huge.
That's awesome. And now you have all the pictures of you. Ooh,
yeah,
on Dragon Con TV.
So many pictures. I know. I need to resubscribe to Dragon Con TV because I let it relapse just because I want to actually watch the panel like live.
Find all the pictures, put them in order, and just like watch it as a slideshow or a flip book. It'd be even better.
But
okay, I'm getting drunk. I'm sorry.
I worked.
It happens.
I worked really, really, really hard to get to this point.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
And I've moderated guest panels at other conventions, but Dragon Con is a different animal. Getting into Dragon Con is a lot of like who you know, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, because
Don't anger the
they-
gods.
because they know, like, if they know people and they know they're going to do a good job, whether they know the property or not, they're gonna, so not saying this in a bad way, but again, like, I worked really, really fucking hard to get to this point, and I like moderating the guest panel was amazing, but also like doing the Blackwater Squares, because that was so much more of a laid back thing. It was just such a freaking great experience, and I honestly cannot thank the guests who were there enough. Like the guys from Red Dead, Mark Muir,
Art Mirror is amazing. He did a
Yeah.
little voice thing for me for a friend that I met on TikTok, and she went nuts because she's like a super.
he is
Like
so
cameo?
he is so chill and laid back. Like some of my favorite moments that I had to like cut out of my recording were like people asking if they could go to the bathroom, or like, but at one point I didn't cut it out because he was like, hey, so Tara, I have a question for you. There's an X on my name. Can I go for a cigarette? And I was like, yes, sir, you can go for a cigarette. I don't know. It was just like, it was so good.
He's amazing. He made that girl's like year when I sent her the little like I said, this is the reason you need to come to Dragon Con, and I hand the phone to her, and she's a huge Trekkie too. So I had him say live long and prosper to her, and the reaction video of her reacting to what I put on TikTok, priceless. If y'all want to see it, I will send you the link later. It's amazing. She like him saying her name and then doing, and he can do the little hand thing, by the way, the little Vulcan like thing that
Oh,
I
you mean
can't
that?
do. Yeah,
That
I
thing?
can't do that, but yeah, that thing.
Yeah,
So-
it's awkward. I can only do it on the left hand. I don't know why.
I-
Right
I've
hand.
tried
Okay.
to,
So
but
we're getting
yeah.
super long here, and
Come on,
I
we
have
still got to
talked-
beat out what we
I have
did
talked
before.
about
We
Red
gotta
Dead
get
long
to
enough.
3 hours.
No, she said Red Dead. Drink.
Oh shit!
Okay,
Sorry.
so memorable cosplays. I'm just gonna start because I'm already talking, and then let's real quick go through everybody else. For
I have
others,
photos.
Our
again,
own or others?
I didn't get to see in person, but seeing the season 8 Jamie Lannister on Dragon Con TV was hilarious. Again, also the Cholonians from Red Dead 2 for myself. In terms of other people's cosplays, for me, even though it was super laid back, I really enjoyed my Thor Love and Thunder cosplay the most, and that's absolutely going to be brought back and probably going to be worn like all day because it was so comfortable. Though people also really seemed to like my Conspiracy Charlie at our Sunday night party. So like we have a private party on Sunday night, and this year
Is that the picture I
themed-
took of you?
there's so many pictures, but there's
Is
it
that
was-
when we started wearing the props in
our
hair?
it was
We didn't want to put them-
meme. Our party was meme themed this year, so I was Conspiracy Charlie from It's Always Sunny, where he's just literally wearing like a blue shirt and khakis and like a really ugly wide tie.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah. Oh my god, no. And I had fake cigarettes. I had
no
fake
idea.
cigarettes and
I'll tell
everything.
you.
Like I had
No
fake
idea.
cigarettes and everything. Like, and then eventually there was like also a butterfly on my hand because it was like, is this a Conspiracy Charlie meme? And I had the tell Cersei it was me, like what the fuck glasses. So I don't know. People really, really liked that. Like I had a lot of people being like, "Oh, you look really hot in this," and I was like, "Oh, my they them,
Khakis and a blue shirt.
my they themselves is really proud of the fact that I look super hot in like this." So, but my Thor Love and Thunder cosplay was really comfortable, and I got way more people asking to like stop me and take pictures of that than in like anything else. So memorable,
sad that I didn't see you.
cosplays for Jenna. Let's go with you next. We'll just go around.
Cat.
the room.
I
Animal
mean,
direction,
we're gonna
sorry.
just drink. We're gonna call it out. My most memorable always is Squirrel Girl.
Oh,
So
damn it. We gotta drink twice, don't we?
Mm,
no, just
Yes,
Squirrel
cat
Girl.
Only if you
interruption and
choose.
Squirrel Girl.
Oh, there's a cat.
No, there
I
was a
missed that
cat.
one.
That was Louis.
Oh,
My
he's
bad.
he's Louis.
So I actually got the inspiration for mine this year from Evelyn, who has been watching Marvel Rising, and thank you, Tara, for letting me rope you into it, because my Squirrel Girl from previous years, the before times would not have fit me this year. So redoing it for a new one that was actually
Holy shit.
surprisingly more recognizable than any other year for me was really nice. And like,
Well, I think
doing
like
together-
next year we need to redo the laid back ones though.
Yes, I agree. And I also want to redo a few other things that I'll discuss with you later privately that we have planned and then never like followed through on. So and I would love for more. So if anybody wants to be like Earthquake or Patriot or American Chavez, like we have space. Like we need more in our group. Like if you watch Marvel Rising, like my daughter does, absolutely. We have so much more. And we can do both hero and lazy version depending on what you want. So it works really, really well. And then as far as like the things that I've seen, I was really surprised by the number of Beetlejuice stuff this year, and like the Lydia
yeah.
were on.
I will touch
point.
on that.
Because they have started
There's
pre-production of the
a
second.
musical out too. And
Yeah.
like
Oh,
Mandy said, there's pre-production of 2
Oh,
and a musical.
I know about the musical because I got bougie seats for the musical locally
nice.
that's traveling here. So like,
Who'd you kill?
who
Who'd
did
you
I
have
kill?
to kill? Because I like this to get the bougie
Hold
seats.
on. You ready?
Yeah.
They had a tech error that allowed me to buy seats to Wicked and Beetlejuice in error. But I should have had to have provided a donation of $250 to get these seats. And they were like, "Oh, this is an error in your favor." And I was like, "This is like Monopoly, but different."
I wish they had that to Spam-A-Lot when I saw Spam-A-Lot. In the dark ages, in the before time.
Yeah. So they were like, "We picked a new vendor and they messed up, but we're not going to punish you." And I was like, "Thank you."
But
And
they will.
They give me free drink credits too for our theater
shit!
here.
They will honor your money. That's really amazing. Congrats.
Right? Like I got super lucky on that one. So I'm gonna actually I'm not gonna wear the wig for Beetlejuice, but I'm totally wearing the dress and the purse.
Oh hell yeah!
Because Sarah saw it at the aquarium. I don't think I saw anybody else here in this group at the aquarium.
No.
No.
But I'm definitely wearing that for Beetlejuice here.
I see Tara's way.
You saw Mr. Mayonnaise.
Yes, I saw Mr. Mayonnaise. Mr. Mayonnaise is amazing.
Sugar Daddy just was like, "I'm going to be Sugar Daddy," right?
No, this is Louis. I'm sorry. Louis,
Cat?
come here,
Louis?
say hi.
Yeah, Louis again.
That's Louis again. But Stott's over there
Oh,
hiding on the
Louis.
camera, which he shouldn't, but you know, hey.
I feel like we need to just put a kibosh on pet interruptions for Amanda's cat.
I'm sorry.
This is getting dangerous.
It is, and I'm sorry. I thought there would be more pet interruptions, but
Yeah,
Louis
my cats are like
I locked my
decided
doors,
that they hate
so
me
like
tonight.
you would have 2 in my room, but like I shut the doors here.
Danny has no pets, and I shut the door.
I'm in the living room.
What are you talking about?
Literally,
Usually
I have
mine
pets.
come up,
They're
but they
all
have
over the
not,
wall.
so
Oh my god, there's so many people
they
talking.
hate me.
Okay, Jenna, finish your story.
I forgot where I was.
Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice.
Exactly. So I'm gonna do the play, but I have so many ideas for next year, and everybody has given me so many ideas. So Tara, I would love to redo again. I think you nailed it though, and like Evelyn is channeling you this year for Halloween. She's making me be Squirrel Girl. Sorry. So she can be Ghost Spider, I guess is technically the term from Marvel Rising. Because I mean, let's think about it. If your name is Spider Gwen and your name is Gwen Stacy, everybody knows who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if your name is Ghost Spider, no one does. So,
Yeah, sure,
Ghost
sure.
Spider.
See, I thought you were going to say
Like-
spider squirrel because
You're not wearing a spider on your t-shirt, obviously.
I'm not. Yeah. Or
I wanna
a
see-
giant nut. Like, I'm not going to high school with a giant nut on my shirt going, like, I'm not Squirrel Girl. What are you talking about?
So,
Like, I
wait.
don't know.
No, you're a 40-year-old
Walnuts,
mom.
Pecans. I want to see a spider squirrel because it would be weird as hell and
Oh.
awesome. Thank you.
No.
So I do have to say, I do have my
Yes.
own version of this costume that I did not get to bring out this year.
Uh-huh.
So I play D&D with my neighbors
Don't
in my
eat that.
neighborhood.
Don't stop eating that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The cats are eating
No, I
shit
love it. I love it.
No, they're eating bugs.
So I am a big fan of, the girl with, the rodents. I won't make you drink.
Thank
But
you for that.
I bring it in so I'm a ranger in my D&D campaign, and I am Doreen Ellen Green, which, if you know it, is who Rodent Girl is.
Shit, I know
And-
it. Yeah, thanks.
But so I have
D&D
started
segment.
to develop my own cosplay of me as a ranger, and I started it this year, and I really want to bring it out for Drinkin Con in the future because I think it's fun and it's a way to tie in some of the techniques that I've learned and some of the things that I really enjoy. And it's just a lot of fun. So and can I say the best skiers are Eridani? Can we just agree on that? As a group?
Wait, what?
Like,
The
there are
best
no
ears
other-
are-
If you're gonna buy ears to be an elf or anything, Eridani is the ears that you need to buy.
I got those for my Gilfling cosplay. These are amazing.
I'm
They
making
are,
a
they
fight
are.
claw right now.
Oh my god, I love this. I wish I could fist bump you, Tara, right now. Claws for the win. Glad I taught you what they were.
I need to add more mixers into, but no, I know
Yeah.
those guys. It's like I've got a set for a dark.
All right,
elf
all right,
one.
all right. So we're
Fine.
we're getting close to 3 hours. Okay, so Jenna,
We are so
any
close,
last favorite cosplay thoughts?
Everything was so good this year. I like the fact that people decided not to bring big ass cosplays though. There were 2 or 3, but not
The Guardian from
100.
Zelda.
But that was
Oh
held
my
in,
God.
that was kept in a spot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, and so that's my thing is it was minor but great this year because it was not elbows and assholes in the Marriott every day, all day, 100% of the time, and I am a big fan of that.
I kind
All
of
right,
want to
Ashley.
Yes. Okay.
Your favorite,
So
your personal favorite cosplays and other people's cosplays.
I'm part of the musical theater group of Dragon Con. We are pushing to make a musical theater track happen at Dragon Con.
Oh, good luck with that.
Yeah. It is an uphill struggle. They have, finally come together to try to make an actual push for it. But there was absolutely a musical theater presence this year, and I saw it, and they were sharing the photos. My husband and I were Orpheus and Eurydice from Hades. Our groups did not come together, but we that was actually the one costume that, aside from being a part of a group, just the two of us together, that we actually got a lot of people taking our photo of, and it made me so happy that musical theater, there were people there that recognized these costumes, and it's like Beetlejuice the musical. That is also another big thing. That's I saw a lot of Lydia's and Beetlejuice's that were not from the movie; they were from the musical, and that is a trend that I feel is growing. Is
we can set up
theater.
where we do a musical photo shoot if you want to, Ashley.
Yes. No, we were kind of talking about
We can do
maybe trying to
Disney,
do
we can do
something,
Sweeney
but-
Todd, we can do it all.
Yes,
if you want to coordinate that, we
absolutely.
will work. We will
There is
message. We will set that
absolutely a
up. That sounds
musical
fun.
theater presence that is like starting to grow because I've always
Come on in.
been. I don't know how
Hold
clear
on.
my
All
camera
right.
is, but I
Me,
am a
you, and
phantom of
Ashley
the
will start
opera.
talking and start setting it up for next year.
nerd.
I actually have a Sweeney
Like-
Todd costume.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
Amanda, if
I
you
am
want
a
in on
musical
this.
theater nerd.
Tara, bring
Phantom of the
You're
bring
Opera
making
out
you
the
the
killer.
Tiffany.
Beetlejuice.
Stop interrupting,
Gigantic
Ashley.
I'm
nerd.
weird about my musicals. I like two
So,
of them, Sweeney Todd
Whenever
and
I
Avenue Q.
see people dressed as musical theater at Dragon Con, I always get excited, but it is growing, like the actual
Yeah.
musical theater costumes, people bringing them to Dragon Con. It is growing. It is the presence that is happening. This Facebook group is growing. I saw a lot of costumes that were, things that I would not expect. And Beetlejuice is a big one. Hades Town was a big one. Phantom of the Opera is always a big one.
I'm sure you'll see
I was going to
Wicked
say
next year.
Westeros, but
Wait,
no,
you're a Phantom of the
Hamilton
Opera.
is a big one.
The
Hamilton.
Mask of the Red Death from
Yes.
Phantom is always there. It's
But yes,
amazing.
it is absolutely
It's
a
gorgeous.
growing presence in costumes at Dragon Con. I'm a big cosplayer, so I do take.
We'll,
Wait,
we'll,
like,
it is a
we'll,
thing,
we'll
but I
set something
take
up,
notice of
Ashley.
it.
We'll promote it.
That would be awesome
The Ethelba
because-
costume is there a lot, and Galinda.
Yeah,
So-
no. Musical theater is absolutely a
Yeah.
presence that is not kind of recognized. I would like to see it more
Well, we can-
recognized, even if it's just
can-
even if it's just a photo shoot. I would love to see it.
Yeah, we can make a photo shoot. We make a photo shoot. We make a presence known at the con. Then it'll be easier for you to get that uphill battle to get a track because they can see it visually. Does that make sense?
I know getting a track is
it's
is an
miserable.
uphill battle, but like let's start
But
with
if
the
they
photo
see-
shoot.
If
I
they
thi-
see 200 people dressed up in musical theater, they're gonna know that
There
there's a
was
need.
more than I expected. Like I did not
think
expect
that
there to be
The
as much as
biggest
there was.
issue with getting
There
like a
were-
musical theater track is that as somebody who actually tried to get a track instituted at Dragon Con some years ago, they're always trying to consolidate, not spread out. So I think that the biggest issue is going to be making them recognize that there is a reason for there to be an entire musical theater track.
Okay.
So, and not saying it's not like worthy of it, but
It's
Well, I
getting enough
absolutely
interest
realize it's
in
an
it.
uphill battle. Where
So
there
what
is
she's
this
saying is
space
everybody needs to
situation.
email Dragon Con that's
Yeah.
listening to this podcast right now and say, hey, musical theater track. That's an idea.
Yeah,
Let's-
and
we
absolutely. If
say-
you were
hold
on
on. Can
Facebook,
we
there
say
is an
musical
unofficial
theater
musical
or
theater
Broadway
group that you should
track?
join because
Or
they are
off-Broadway
posting.
Broadway
They are
track?
trying. They have like done their trying to. They're working on it. There is a group of people who are trying to make this happen.
we'll set
Well,
up a
maybe
sheet,
we
Ashley.
be louder.
so anyway, Ashley, any other memorable cosplays that you saw or participated in?
Well,
I'm hearing it now.
my cosplay
I
that
know
never
you.
was Suicide Squad.
Oh, okay.
I was really excited that one of my friends actually had a surprise costume for that group, and
Ooh, what was the
and went to
surprise costume?
join. They did Starmie. They had a big Starmie.
I saw the
costume.
picture of that.
Yeah,
Hold on.
it would have been great if this was like a planned group meeting where we all got together in our costumes and made that happen. Yeah. So Dragon Con is an ocean where waves happen, and
It's
you
an
have
ocean
to
for
realize
sure.
that sometimes your wave does not come, and sometimes you do not meet up with the group at the time they are doing things, and sometimes they change out of their costumes before you've even gotten into yours, and then inform you of this fact. So
Jenna.
it was really awesome to see that
That's what you're
happen.
talking
Hopefully
about.
next year we will have a giant Suicide Squad group where we're all in costume and did not just waste money on but making a costume that did not happen in a group. But yeah, that was awesome. It was great that they did that. And
I mean, your
tried to be
costume was
appropriate.
really good.
Are we still on
As
Suicide
somebody who
Squad?
said it, rat girl.
Okay. we are?
I had a wrap.
I think of it as that
I
down
made.
there.
I usually only do anime costumes because they are easy. when you do movie costumes, you have to be screen accurate,
It's
and they
like-
are a lot harder. So when I put effort into actually hammering in grommets and then not even having to, yeah, we'll move on.
Hold on.
All right. So
Now, if
Danny.
we're talking about, can I go ahead and just show
Yeah,
Go
you
ahead,
yeah,
put
go
your
ahead.
star on.
something I bought from Etsy?
It's a Starmie.
It's a yes, Starro the Conqueror from Etsy. Dun dun dun.
That is so weird. I love it, but it's
Yep.
also so weird.
It's a
It's
really
very-
old
I
character. It's the funny thing.
love.
Like I like that people thought they made that up for the movie. No, that
Nope.
character has been
No,
around
no.
75.
forever. So I saw
Sorry.
so many costumes that it's kind of different for me asking me.
Yeah.
So like I just see so much that's detailed and amazing. I can't really go. I always tell people as like I'm more likely to notice the crappy costume over the good because I see so much good. But I mean, I did so many groups. I think between the Nintendo group and the Flags Meet Death group, which were my two really big groups, which ran super smooth for the size that they were, because neither one of them, I think, intended to be the size they were. They actually made a rainbow flag out of their group because they
Saw
did
that.
each group together. I'll try to make it my cover photo so you can see it soon. I uploaded in their group like 50 photos because they're gonna have to wait a while because they had so many subgroups and I got to go through a lot. But they're on Friday, so it won't take too long for them to get their photos. You were on Saturday, so it's going to take a little bit longer, Ashley. The people on Sunday, bless their heart, they're going to be waiting the longest. And Tara, the people
was
at the party are
Friday.
just going to be waiting. So what?
I was Friday.
Oh no, your group is midday
Technically,
Friday,
it's
so
Friday,
it'll
yeah.
probably be, I think, I'm hoping within the next week to be done with Friday. If I can just get to where I'm working on it and not distracted. But I'll send you a couple of pics. Ashley, if you hit me up, I'll try to find your group and see what your costume was. I might be able to find it and I can send you. I mean, I took over 5,000 pictures this year, which is not a lot. The worst was like, I think in 2012 when I got my DSLR and took 12,000 for
That's
Dragon
a
Con.
lot.
So
Wow.
yeah, I took a lot more than I did last year, but I saw my friend did a really cool like thing from Stranger Things. She did that costume where she did the dress with the bats attached. I think they were
Oh,
bats.
dude, that's cool.
So
Wait, was
and
that-
she did that. It was
I-
Joe Colton who did it. If y'all know her, I don't know if you know her.
Actually, no,
Am I
personally,
feeling
but I
like
am familiar with her. Familiar,
Am I
yes,
feeling
no,
like
no.
felt like Hellfire Club took over Deadpool this year though?
Yeah.
That was
They
awesome.
really did. It was goddamn
No.
everywhere.
There was
What?
one who dressed
Hellfire
as,
Club
yeah.
everywhere.
Oh
over
yeah,
there.
well it's a
No.
super
There was a
easy.
cosplayer who
It
dressed
was the
as
Loki
Eddie
this year.
playing
Every year there's a
No,
new.
Master of
no,
Puppets on the
this year was
piano.
No,
Loki.
it was
This year was not
definitely
Loki.
Hellfire Club.
It was
Yeah.
helpful.
Oh no, I'm saying every year there's a
There's
thing.
that one costume.
Last
that's
year it was
everywhere.
Last year
Loki.
was Loki.
This year it's Hellfire. A few like in 2019,
There was
we can all agree it was Spider-Man.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
There was
Today-
more Spider-Man cosplay in 2019 than I've ever seen at Dragon Con.
Yes. But let's
That
do
of
the
the Ahoy from Stranger Things was also big
Hold
that
on.
year.
side note for your person who won the swag. I will throw in a Sour Patch Stranger Things for them as well.
Hold on.
I have.
There was
Okay. Hold
Eddie
on.
Stranger Things
We're over
cosplayer.
hold on. We're over 3 hours now. We need to fucking
We
get
are?
into
Come on,
wrapping
we
this
can
shit up.
do 4, Tara.
Holy
We
crap,
can do
we are-
4.
I
We
want
can
to
do
know
one night.
that.
I'm sure I could tell more stories.
There was
Yeah.
a
I
really
got
good
many.
Stranger Things cosplayer who was playing Master of Puppets on the piano.
Do
Yes.
you have
There
their
are
DM
so
info?
much
Listen,
stories.
I'll
I'm
send
like,
them
No,
come
I
on,
also have the video.
like,
Does
I don't wanna
anyone
hold
have
them all, but I
any
have their
like
video.
standout
have
stories that they
thirty-
need?
yeah. Okay,
Like,
okay. So
amazing.
Amanda, standout cosplays. Yourself or others.
Pass because I have to look on my damn phone.
Okay.
No, you
So
just
pass.
said
Then
it.
it
It
must
was
not be that
Master of
memorable.
Puppets.
No, I've got to look at my phone.
Master of Puppets, Stranger Things.
On
What
the
was that one?
piano. There was a
Yeah.
cosplayer who was as Eddie playing Master of Puppets on the piano, which is awesome.
Where?
It's
Where
on
was
her
there a
Facebook.
piano?
Yeah, where?
Okay.
No, where was there a piano?
You know what? I will text all of you her Facebook page. I'm just not going to tell you in person because I don't know
Okay.
privacy things.
Okay.
No, she's really good.
Okay. I thought it was like I forgot where there was a piano at con.
Yeah.
It's one of the. Jesus.
It might be at the Hyatt. Who knows? No, it's
You
at
know
the
what?
Hilton. It's at the Hilton, actually.
Actually,
Probably.
not pass, but just text. Go next.
Okay. So, Dragon Con 2023 planning. Really? Tickets currently on sale for $95. BT Dubs, they actually go up in price on September 20th, which is this coming Tuesday.
I should
Of course they do.
Yeah.
So if you want a $95 Dragon Con ticket, get it now.
I'm gonna try to become a
4,000
professional next year.
Eternal.
Eternal badges are $4,000.
Oh,
That's
fuck that
actually
shit.
Cheaper than 5.
No.
Aren't they 4,500 this year?
No, they're
Yeah,
4,000.
you-
I
I
love
agree
it.
with
It used to be
that. What's
5,000 like
that
3
price?
That
years
is
ago. So
insane. I don't
So
know.
apparently, if you
Like,
have an Eternal badge,
apparently, if you plan
can,
to go for 40 years,
apparently if you have an Eternal
24
badge,
at-
you can assault somebody and get kicked out of Dragon Con, according to the main office, but then get let back in.
yeah, that's
I
a
don't get this
fun
fucking
little
shit.
caveat.
That's
Apparently,
horrible.
if you have an internal badge, you can just do
Mm.
whatever the shit you want.
Yeah.
So the Eternal, I did the math. If you wait
Don't
like
ask
me
me about
normally
it.
every year, it's only 24 years, Ashley.
Hold on.
Because I normally
I got it.
pay 140 for my ticket.
Well, if you buy it in
Wait.
August, yes.
Yeah.
I wait.
I've got it.
I'm a dum-dum. I have a legacy, but I'm a dum-dum and wait.
Yes,
So-
but where's the piano?
years.
That is the question.
I will read the Facebook post to you later, but yeah,
Okay,
Yeah,
it
put
happened.
the link in the chat or something.
I will.
Okay,
I'll give it to
so-
you guys, but that's it.
So yeah, tickets currently on sale for $95 or $4,000 if you want to buy an Eternal badge that apparently you can get away with anything with.
And free booze
All right.
every year.
But
Party
tickets
free booze
tickets
every
do
year.
tickets do go up in price on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, September 20th. Hotels, Hyatt, Legacy. They will probably release room groups in the future and maybe legacy rooms. Who knows? This year there were like 6 different Hyatt room like releases, and at least half of them were
Only
legacy.
2 were legacy. Yeah. I think it was only 2, but yeah.
Still, that's a lot. And they were
It
late.
is a lot.
They were late, I think. Like at least one of them was this summer. But
January and summer.
you need to follow Dragon Con on literally every single social media and turn on your notifications. Okay.
Yeah.
Like you can't just follow them. You need to turn on your notifications so that you get like a ding when they post about this shit.
And the room group. The room group is the best one for finding that one.
So, Sheridan, I don't know. All I have to say about
Who
this
wants
is,
to-
but mushrooms, y'all.
Room.
And also an uphill. Who
I
wants
have
to walk uphill?
Yeah, I have zero idea about what the
Like
Sheridan
line
is
to
doing
the-
ever.
It's the
badge.
Mushroom Kingdom. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mushroom Kingdom of Badges.
Weston, they used to release their rooms the Tuesday after the convention, and they used to, I think, give preference to people who had stayed there that year, but now the Marriott owns them, and it sounds like it's going to be October. I don't know for sure. So I highly suggest like staying on top of the Weston shit.
I've stayed in
because-
the Westin. It's a great hotel.
It
It's
is
not that
amazing.
It
bad.
They
is
have-
great,
They
but
still
the
have
walk
storage
sucks.
space. They have a
But
lot
the
of
walk
storage
is not
space. They have-
nearly that bad. It's
No.
like
It
it's not
is
the
as
Sheraton.
much as I
Great
had to walk
bridges
to the
this
Hilton.
Never
year.
had a problem with them.
Yeah.
Fritz
No,
has got better.
it's a walk. It's a walk. I get that.
Oh
Marriott.
God, you're getting cardio. The horror. The
Marriott,
horror.
may the odds be ever in your favor. Based on previous years,
Yes.
people are guessing that it will open for booking on October 13th. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on literally all the Dragon Con social media channels. Good luck with that. Hilton, why would you even?
I mean, there might be a lot of
Your
rooms opening up this year.
Legacy.
Just saying.
Legacy.
There might be
Yeah,
a few
this
legacy
Brett.
rooms
I
opening
draw
up.
as long
You
as they
like
don't
swimming
like
in your room? I don't know, man.
as long as they don't like group out of Legacy, because that's my thing is if they're not part of
Yeah.
the group, they might just say no to Legacy anymore, which has happened with the Hyatt before too. They had Legacy and then stopped and then they brought it back.
Yeah, they have different room
No.
blocks. Ones that
Yeah,
are legacy and ones that are
I
not.
would just say book at the Hilton at your own risk.
I'll be at the Hilton
Like
probably.
die of
I mean, it's not a bad
water.
hotel. If it's not the
It's
party
super
hotel.
convenient for me, especially since
Oh,
most of the shoots are going to happen.
Can I add that I heard with the issues this year that the Hilton will no longer be the party hotel though?
It was never the party hotel.
It's not the party hotel. That
It got moved. Hold
In
on,
their own
because the
minds, they
Marriott
were
relinquished
moved.
it back in like 2017, and that's when they moved. That's when they moved Bunny Hutch and other things. They moved a bunch of the big
Oh,
parties.
you mean like
last
the official
night.
party
parties?
hotel? Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
Hold
okay.
yeah.
The evening
So,
and
so they
pre
moved the
parties
big
are not-
official parties to the Hilton. I hear rumors. Bunny Hutch and Last Night on Eldron and like all the big parties are coming back to the Marriott.
The
Really?
thing is, those
I get-
rooms were still being used for big parties. Like it's
I
not like those
know,
rooms were
but
just
I
not
hear
being
they're like,
used.
I hear it's a big middle finger though to what happened this year.
I mean, to be completely honest, after what happened with the North Remembers party in 2018 and 2019,
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that party. Good. I still,
Like,
yeah.
the fact that they could not handle the sound
A
system from somebody who had played other parties in different ballrooms at the Hilton, like, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
I hope that
Okay.
happens again.
Hold on.
Like the Game of Thrones thing just picks up and they get their
Some-
own party
something.
again.
With the new
something.
stuff, it should with the new stuff because
You-
like we've also got the Jon Snow origins. Or
Okay.
the
I don't know if
story
that's
stuff
happening.
You
coming.
would
but-
think that,
yeah.
but they
HBO said
canceled
it was,
the
so
Tolkien
I
track, and then we
approve
have the new
them.
Tolkien Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power
Oh.
crap. And it's like,
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah, it's like
Great.
these fandoms have not
I said
died.
Tolkien.
In fact,
Great.
they are
Yeah.
still continuing to put out product.
right.
oh yes, oh my God.
I mean,
we're making Amazon 2.5 million.
Your chat's going to go forever, Tara.
I know this needs to end. This needs
I'm
to
so
end.
sorry.
Okay. So this is going to be a bitch for me to edit. So I'm closing this out. So,
Fine.
so
Go to mute. I can mute.
We love you, Tara.
how
Have
would
fun.
you rank Dragon Con 2022 against the other Dragon Cons you've attended? I'm going to start
Oh,
just
that's
to
a
get it
hard
over
one.
with. Honestly, I would say this is probably my third or fourth best. 2018, 2016, and maybe 2012, which was my first one, beat it. That's it. Part of that is for me professionally, this one was super amazing, but not just professionally. Also, like I got to host the Blackwater Squares thing. I got to host, like it was a professional thing, but it was also a personal thing. So for me, I would say 2018, 2016, and I'm pretty sure this year. And then 2012 is my first year is like a very close fourth. So Jenna, what about you?
Oh my God, it's so hard. This is either first or second for me. And it's tied with the year that I met you, Tara, because that was the best year ever for Dragon Con as far as like me. And this year was, again, no personal trauma, no issues. Loved this year. So, and I forget what year it was we met. It was 2015 or 16. So
2015.
15. So 2015 or now is like best year ever for me.
All right, Ashley, what about you?
Probably third or fourth. I can't say, like, a lot of my Dragon Cons run together, but in the past I've been on panels, and that's always been a very important part for going to conventions for me. And this year I didn't do any panels. Like in the past I've done anime panels at Dragon Con. I've done Game of Thrones panels at Dragon Con, and those are very important parts of my fandom life. So not doing that was kind of a letdown, but also I did that on purpose because I wanted to take this year easy. So it's obviously not going to be as impactful, but it was still a good year. Like the downsides did not overcome the upsides. The upsides were still very good. I still had a very good time. I still had a very great time meeting people, talking to people, going to parties, even if I was a little bit more laid back.
All right, Amanda, what about you? How does this match up to your other Dragon Cons?
Well, I don't think it's Dragon Con, but I met John Howe. I can die happy. I've been following his stuff since, before the internet was really mainstream. So it's I had to, buy his crap in. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say crap. I had to buy his stuff in token novels, token calendars, token. I'm sorry, you're having to drink a lot now.
I'm out of booze.
You've drunk. It's one long drink.
I'm gone.
I'm sorry. I've been following his stuff since, I was short and adorable and a lot cuter than I am right now, and in the 80s. So I've been following his stuff since Beowulf. I met John Howe.
And that made
I can die happy. I'm done.
Yep.
Next.
All right, Danny, what about you? How does this stack up?
Every year I have fun. Every year is a different experience. I don't really rank them. I had fun. I saw friends. I made new friends. I missed some friends, which I'm sad about, which happens every year. But I had a blast overall. I won't rank it. I just had a good time.
All right. Well, anybody have any upcoming events? For me, it doesn't even have to be conventions if you have none on your horizon, but anything that is coming up works for me. I probably won't be doing anything until Ice and FireCon 2023 in April of next year, unless, I hear of a convention that announces a bunch of Red Dead actors as guests, because I'm still crying over Sadie not being at the con this year. So anybody else? Other conventions?
I'll go to TeslaCon. That's in November. It is a steampunk convention.
I know what that is.
It really made me sad when steampunk got moved to the Sheridan because I could no longer go to those things because this is Sheridan. And we don't go there.
You could.
I
don't go there. Yeah. It's like the shadow for Simba.
Yeah, we don't go there. But I used to go to the steampunk stuff at Dragon Con.
Right.
So, like, steampunk's a fun thing to do. So I'll be going to that. But other than that, it won't be again until probably Ice and FireCon. Yeah.
If I had the money, I'd be going to the Great Conjunction from the Dark Crystal Con in November, but that's in California, and
that sucks.
Yeah, I know. I'm an Atlanta local, so it's like
where in California? Wait, where in California is it?
I can send you all the links for the Drake Conjunction in California. Trust me, I know all the guests go, and it's like Louise Gold is going. It's like, damn it. She was the gourmand from the original movie and the new series from Netflix. Yeah. It's like, but other than that, going to Ice and Fire. So, yay. Unfortunately, I might be wearing 9 Game of Thrones costumes there because I never got to wear them at Dragon Con. Sorry.
That's so many Game of Thrones costumes. But you got like several days to do it, so.
Oh, I'm gonna see if the Renaissance Festival had the sword I'm looking for. So maybe.
All right, Danny, what about you?
I mean, I'm gonna go to a party tomorrow night that's cosplay themed, and I just cover stuff a lot through the year. I mean, I can set up one-on-one shoots. I live in a cosplay realm like all year, so it's a little different. I mean, there are conventions I'll go to too, but that's ever changing. So yeah, I just like to have fun, and I know too many cool peeps. So,
All
and
right.
I sent Amanda my number, so and then we will message and set up that.
We can talk about that on private messaging, so not the podcast. So yes.
All right. Well,
thank you.
As we close out this episode, I just want to give a shout out to the Geek Saga Entertainment Heroes Tier patron, Tommy of the TKOK Podcast Network. Thank you so much for supporting us. And thanks again to our listeners for joining us for Drinkin Con 2022, The Hangover.
Yes,
Thank you. You made it
and the
3 hours and
survivors
20
of
minutes.
COVID.
Yes, yeah. Thank
Because
you.
like half the people I know who went to Dragon Con got COVID. I really hope that they do something about that next year.
I'm testing negative now, so
like just put like just a testing thing, like
yeah, just something simple. We'll be back next year with Drinkin Con version 7.0. But in the meantime, don't forget to check out the Geek Saga Entertainment Patreon and other Geek Saga podcast episodes, such as some of my panel recordings from this year's convention, which I am slowly but surely working on and will possibly get up within the next couple weeks. And my current weekly House of the Dragon series, Hot D Takes.
which I will be on one of them.
Wow.
Yes,
I will be
yes.
on there eventually.
Amanda will be on episode 7 or 8. I'm not quite sure yet. Ashley is definitely going to be on episode 9. So yeah, definitely check out Hot D Takes. There's a lot of dick jokes, and I'm not even sorry.
I mean,
so wait,
it's House of the Dragon. It's Hot
There
D.
are a lot of
It's
Do
the
I
Hot
have
D.
too.
do I have to make my own dick jokes or just go with everyone else's dick jokes? Because I can make a lot of
either
them.
or both. We'll talk about it.
How
All
about
right, you guys.
I watch the episode first and can go from
Yeah,
there.
yeah, exactly. It depends on the episode, honestly. All right, you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank
Have
you.
a lovely night. Bye.